VSS Dortmund.
What deck do you play?
We play
K9, Vanquish, AHORA, Sólo.
the best deck every format.
AHORA.
AHORA.
So what's your score?
32 in Swiss and
In top 8?
in top 8, top 4 and final I take 3 Dracotail. The best matchup.
Dragon Bye.
Aia!
I play 40 card and
Let's go show the deck list.
the best card,
Your wife.
my wife,
Madonna,
only
Madonna.
the best card in the game. 3 Raisin, finally 3 fucking Raisin. 3 Medlov, the best board breaker in the deck.
You can tell the opponent with Pankratops that Medlov reduced 500 in damage stat.
This time only to Jaolong because with 1 Jokul in the deck you don't need always the level 5 to extend and to play. And 2, in my opinion, in this format is the perfect choice. Double Burger because this card and the Caesar are broken in the Dracotail and the Radiant Typhoon matchup are crazy.
They dodge everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
And the other card because is good. And the Trap because this tournament I didn't play Force Release or the other quick spell because in my opinion are very bad this format for Radiant Typhoon. Under Charmy.
Se me hizo interesante que ni Cancerli ni Mario de Mico jugaron K9 Force Release y eso que me gusta mucho la carta. Y hace que abras más espacio aquí. Buenas, Eric.
Are so much expensive to set up it. And the Trap is very good under Fuvalos, under Droll. He's a crazy card.
Also against EV Poly.
And against EV Poly because you can chain the Trap and destroy all the other monster and can counter in this way EV Poly.
Also, if you play both of them, you can actually activate Medlov when you have starting hand, so you can take Ashby also and then.
And for the consistency, please take your soul, finally. 1 Prosperity and 1 Rota.
Okay, you don't play the chaotic elements?
I didn't play Chaotic Element because, in my opinion, in this deck, you can play cards that go under Ghost Bell because the deck doesn't lose to Ghost Bell and play Chaotic Elements, in my opinion, is not necessary.
Yeah, after the 3v3, they switch some particular card that we saw after.
For a K9 package, 3 Zuna, incredible card. This time 1 Lupis, 2 Lantern because it's a good dark, and if you open with only Noroi, you can make Reaper and Saruya, and but you have to play 2 Noroi, 2 Lantern.
A ver. Esteban sí jugó Quick Play, eso sí. Chaotic Elements. Iron Engine, Mario jugó poquito, ¿no? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 versus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 14, 17, 15, 17 y 4, 5, 8, 11, 11, 14, 16.
Lantern.
Also because with the 2 lantern, 1 lantern is Saruya.
Yeah, and because if you open with 1 Lantern and 1 random level 5, is one card Saruya.
Okay.
Also because like if we want to play Chu Jiaolong, having just one lantern is not that good. Having this extra level 5.
Me gusta más el imperma que el problema.
So,
Es un sex
dark,
es buena contra Draco Rey en
that you
Mirror
cannot
y
with
se dio
haste
contra los
after
Rogue.
you make
Sí,
your
es
combo.
cierto, Jerkins.
So one,
Seguimos
no,
considerando.
because,
Y bienvenido.
Because
Gracias por pasarte. No olvides dejar tu Prime.
is the best normal summon in the game right now.
After that.
No, Roy is better probably. One case and the MVP in the final. One
Il capitano.
Il sergente. One Jokul. Because it's a crazy card. For the non-engine, 3 Fuva, 3 Ash, 3 Bell. Only 2 Imperme because
Oh my god.
Because Gabriel's got it, told us to play just 2 and no.
no, we play only 2 Imperme for reduce the bad draw with Borger, and because Imperme is good, is good to draw only one against Dracotail because the second do nothing. The first can be very impacted, but the second is just too late.
Okay.
Yeah. We prefer to play triple Bell because and not triple Imperm, even though Imperm is not one per turn because you can draw in opponent turn with Borger, for example.
How was Bell during tournament?
Fantastic. All the minor engine was crazy in the tournament, and Luzio shifter because he's shifter.
40 cards, right?
40 card.
Did you ever miss something?
Or
No.
you want any song?
No.
Okay.
I don't think.
Okay.
For the extra deck, double Link 1, standard. The Rocks, because it's crazy, don't play it. Only one Reaper because in this format K9 cards are less than
A mí no me
4.
gusta Rocks.
One Jack because it's good. The best removal in the extra deck and this card is crazy. The Next Night package with only Masquerade. For the Link SP and Saruya, the main combo of the deck. Typhon Zeus. Durandal for the Charming Post side because I play Droll inside deck.
How many times you made this with
Only
the-
one time against Lunalight.
Okay.
And you summon in some other
Semi-final.
case?
Just not negate.
Yeah.
And I summon it in top 8 to negate Secretarian
Yeah.
because my opponent had the pan in graveyard and can't pop it with Jack. And Durandal in this spot was very good.
So you think it's a staple?
Yeah, it's a very good card because in my opinion the extra deck don't need other rank 5.
Yeah, you never miss the second Reaper for
No,
example?
no. Because the first time that you add the Jokul that add the Lantern case into the second Lantern, Reaper is useless in the,
Oye,
the
les
second Reaper.
uso Rocks solo para hacer
Pues
el CP, el efecto de
Yeah,
que
it's a-
lo que quieres que dejo el
And
nivel.
this card because if you open
Yo la
if
vez
you
que
start
quise hacer
with
SP en
Crazy
el
and Xiaolong,
YCS,
you can make a crazy combo.
me leyeron la jugada y
If you
me
play this card with
destruyeron el
Crazy and
Rocks.
Xiaolong, you close the board with Link 1,
La única vez que lo
SP,
bajé.
Masquerade and the Attribute.
Ah, estuvo cagado porque en el YCS tampoco bajé el Zeus.
But this card is fantastic.
By the guide for do the combo.
Yeah.
Without Princess on board.
Because this card, with this card you can recycle only two times, one time with Link 1 and the second time with this, and it's so good.
Yeah, because in this format it's so important to keep this in the end,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because it's your grand game, and this deck, if you don't die at the turn 2, can't lose in grand game. It's,
Que sí está rotísima
strong
cuando yo
game.
So
estaba
it's
a
good to
pedirse
keep
prohibida.
Risu in your end of field,
yeah,
not in the graveyard.
and it's very good in the K9 or Vanquish on your match because I can summon.
Sí, esa sí la voy a ver si meto en
For the
vez
side
del
deck,
Rocks, la verdad.
creating because it's the best card versus Dracotail. 3 Purulia for the random deck for the Radiant Typhon and the mirror match. 3 Lancia because Malice in the last week return popular and the deck and the
Pero
Malice
ahí
start
pudo haber
plays
sido
unstoppable.
Nibiru.
You use this card this tournament?
No, I play 12 in side
Okay.
deck, not 15.
But in case you have to, you have the lance in case.
Yeah.
You can side in also against Lunite, against Horus.
Mail.
Freestone.
And I was retaliating for you in the tournament.
Sometimes good, but obviously when the opponent open with Lucas or Cartesia, Albaz is
Yeah, just the Albas card was
Yeah.
not very good, but
Yeah,
but is the only card that can be totally stop the Dracotail turn.
Or the
Also-
shifter.
Yeah.
Also, I think this deck can beat easily the half board of Dragotail, so the important is to make your opponent an half board. If your opponent start like with 5 mana, in some point they make Rau, and retaliating is not totally strong, they don't pass with it, but they make an half board and Vanquish is really good to beat the half board of Dragotail.
Yeah.
Lo único
And he's
que
a good-
se me ocurre
and
es
he's
que en
a
Europa
stronger
no se
with
juega
Lunite.
demasiado Malice, pero sí
Probably
hacía
is
más
better
Nibiru.
with Lunite than Dracotail. And for the other card,
Sí, eso lo
they go
dijeron,
first,
de
Call by the Grave
que
and,
se
Talent,
hizo popular.
because are so strong when you start, and this deck
Talent
don't
no
need a
sé
full kit
todavía
because when start
si
to play is unstoppable, and you can lose when you go first and make
vale
your
la
combo with
pena.
only 2 and attribute in your end.
if you play, you win.
Yeah, if you deck start to play, can't lose if you play well.
You cited that card also in the Radiant Typhon matchup? Those cards?
When I go first, yeah, because the only card that can stop hard are Droll and Puglia.
Okay.
And for Droll is good talent in the deck.
Okay.
A mí me
So,
gusta
double
mucho la
Droll,
Quick Play, no sé
because,
si no la
good, in the mirror
jugaría.
match for,
La
to
abuso
end the lock
mucho.
and the random is always good.
See, drawing it with Saruya is always...
Yeah. The third Infern, because in the mirror match is the best card probably after Purulia, and with the versus the Radiant Typhoon is good.
Okay.
They only for going second. Because
Yeah, only for going
first,
second.
We side out for the because Ryan Typhoon just spam MST and you can go
Yeah,
to
yeah,
this.
Essentially, you took out, when you go first, you took out the impairments. For example, you can gain record by talents.
Yeah.
Okay. And the last card is?
And the last card, one of the best cards in the side deck, Magnamut, because in this deck is too strong. Because with Dracotail, if open with Albas, you can remove Albion from graveyard and prevent Fallen and Virtus, and add a dodge for
Sí lo debo de
this card
meter
with
en
two interruption,
Magnamut.
and this dark is a body is a crazy card. Is Magnamut.
Also against Malice.
Yeah, it's good against Malice because now Magnamut on Wizard is strong. He's better than before.
Right, Wigo?
So, congratulations, Diego. And any shoutouts?
Shout out to all my teammates, my family, my friend that support me in Mantova, my girlfriend, and nothing.
See you at the next event.
For the next one.
Vamos a ver a Siracusa.
Hi guys, I lost YCS Dortmund in finals. You know me, but this is
My name is Keanu. I got top 4.
and it's my student. We sleep in the same bed. Down there. We played the same deck except one card, so I guess it was a successful weekend. Yeah, we'll make a class, master class, so get it. Yeah, played, as you all know, all reliable Recoteo. 3 Ecclesia.
It's the coolest thing about the list. I
Yeah.
think.
Well, it's a Cyber Dragon when you go second that can make this card. And we won a lot of matches because of it. So it just doesn't lock you. Special summon, Albas bring back, exit on, clear, and then play. For me, he won me my top 8, so he broke the course of this card specifically. And
I did it like 6 times, I think, and like people like, especially at day 2, people like kind of knew, and it was like pretty funny because they used like 3 to 4 interruptions to stop this card.
We'll take that. We'll take
We
that.
take
Plus 4.
only for me to activate Brand Fusion somehow.
Not
fine,
bad.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
it happened to me once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on this the very start
Hola,
of the
Vidlan,
testing
saludos.
for the YCS, and then for some reasons we discarded the deck. We played a bunch of shit. So shout out to Gabriel Susi for reminding me this is still like an option to do with the deck, and thankfully we came back to it. But yeah, one Cartesia, I think it's enough with these cards. And when you draw it, it's fine. You special summon it, and it's good normal summon, but we don't want to clog on normal summons. 2 White Albats, because the card is not the great. I don't love this card, but it's pseudo consistency. It gets you to plays. I won multiple games where I didn't draw Dragotail cards, but the small board this card do, it's like sometimes enough with hand shops.
It also pushes.
Yo con mis arcotes sí me soportaba eso por ese bolsillo.
He's just really bad into football.
¿Qué onda, Antonio?
And we played the goat himself, OG Buzz, OG Albaz. Yeah, the reason I play this card is
Rato que no te veía, no olvides dejar
if
tu
you get
Prime.
Fubalos, you want this card in your deck for sure to make your interruptions better.
Yeah, this card makes the new Albas like 3 interruptions for 1 full draw. Which is
It
pretty
makes this card, which is like crazy. Like this card is custom. Like
Yeah.
The big
it's so
tower.
good. It's so good.
Dragón que devora el dogma.
Did you win like any games just sitting on the tower?
Lexer, ¿tú
No,
lo haces?
because I
No,
wanted
yo no lo hago.
I didn't need to
Es,
sit
lo
on
hace
the
un
tower
amigo,
to
se
win
llama
that
Iván.
one,
¿Quieres que
but
lo
yeah,
pase?
2 Branded Fusion.
Juego
Probably
grande
best
con
card in the deck, I
soporte y
would
sin
say. Like,
Dragotail.
these two were the 2 better cards in the deck. That I'm not
Sí,
very good cards,
güey.
but it's probably
Chévere.
the same. 1 Fallen the Virtus for me,
¿Qué
so
onda,
I played 40
David?
cards and he
Buenas.
played 41 with 2 of it.
The second one, but I just wanted to have like the card.
For me, it was never relevant. I didn't have the second one. I just want to play 40 cards to see my good cards. So that's the only difference between our list,
Pretty much,
So
yeah.
that's for the branded engine. It's a lot of cards, I think, in my opinion. Then we're not gonna talk about these. Please play this card. This the best Dracotail name for sure. You have to play this. Then 3 shitters. Only 1 pound because just don't want to break on bad names. Like we already are forced to play more names.
¿Me deja
without
compartirlo?
good
Ahí
names
está.
because like now the only good names are these 7, 8 with Ketu. So for the other ones to work, we have to open these cards.
We would play more Mululu if we could.
We would
Saludos.
play more. If there
Saludos,
wasn't a
Antonio.
ban list, as I said, I wouldn't
Cuando
be playing
quieras
this
le
card, so.
armamos
It's
una
fine.
decklist Draco
When I draw him, it was class.
sin
Shout
solo
out
no voy a
to
draw.
Flixel, my god.
Oh god, no, I'm the biggest hater.
Then Firao.
No,
I
no.
was about to cut one. I'll say that, but no, we need to play it. We need to maximize plays. And one Ketu. Although I think every time you draw 2 of these cards, you instantly lose again. It was also for you, right?
Yeah, like I drew it a couple of times. It's like still decent to push going second because you can like Orugula and like Pan and everything, but
And then 3 traps. I know some good players only didn't play this card in the main deck, but this card is good. Malice is good, so sadly it's good. You have to play it.
Con Magis
also like in
330
15
cuesta
rounds you
menos de
just
un
don't
armas.
really lose to Fuba.
¿Sí?
Yeah, when I get Fuva, I just want a small board triple shot.
También.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I mean, Shittail without the traps is what is it even
Shittail.
doing?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Extra deck, sorry, not engine. 3 Fuva, 3 Ash. These 2 are the most unfair cards in the mirror match.
By far.
One of the 2 needs to go. They cannot coexist. It's so stupid. But
Ash specifically.
I think
feels
Ash
like-
is the most fair card, but this card cannot not exist. So probably Ash. Now I kind of believe that it should be to some degree. I don't know. I'm not a game developer. I don't know, but I think this card 3 with this card legal is kind of.
This card in the
Yeah.
mirror match is also like so unfair because they Ash.
No, es que
Fuba,
hay más cartas
yeah,
que
they
se tienen que
Ash Fuba, and
meter
they added
dentro
that.
del Magis.
And
Stop Rahu.
Yeah, you already know, like, okay, my Rahu doesn't
Or
resolve.
Brafu, yeah.
Yeah.
And we played Kolba in the main deck because we played the Tricartesia, so our deck is weaker than
¿Cómo
normal
está la
version
situación ahí en
to
Guadalajara?
I lost.
Pues
I don't even count. I
aquí
didn't
por donde
count, but I
estoy,
think at
donde
least
vivo,
12 or 13 dice out of
está
18 that I played.
muy
So
muy tranquilo,
I
muy
was not
silencioso.
gonna get focused. But yeah, it didn't come up too much for Full specifically because, as I said, it didn't go force that many times, but this card was high quality. In the mirror match, if you know you're against the mirror match, you keep this card in end of main. You don't never set it because 5 mana can punch. And worst case scenario is this card for Albaz.
¿Cuál va a ir?
And then last 2
Está
cards,
interesante.
2 Bell, 2 Únete. Bell is good into Radiant Typhoon, it's good in the mirror match, that's good into Malice, that was enough for me. It's okay into the other decks, and this card is really good IRL just because people disregard it, I don't know why, it just was, in the mirror match also it's good because now people try to do big board and they still end on a token, so if they do big board and you just nip them, they only have the traps,
Gracias,
so
Joan.
if you just nip
Sí,
them
yo
and
también
just
pensé lo mismo.
please, yeah.
No
Albaz,
sé qué
you know, like,
hubiera,
share,
cómo hubiera
and then
repercutido
you
a
exit on and clear everything, so
It also,
En
like,
general,
it also
a
trades pretty
todos,
well into the Megistus version of
oh yeah,
que hubiera sido en la
for me,
YCS
for
la
Terrible, I wouldn't suggest
situación.
you to play those cards. I think this is better. Obviously, for longer tournaments, playing less high roll of a deck and more control-y kind of a deck is better. But yeah,
for sure.
fully coming deck. Like, I love to see it, not him.
It's a 41, this one, it's the-
Extra deck, as we said, Exit on Night.
The goat.
Yeah.
It's probably the only fancy thing about all this, to be honest.
Se hubiera
Extra deck was
cancelado.
fine.
Actually, it was
There is no filler edges, and I love that card.
No,
so
pero
that- when
imagínate
we
la
see it,
gente que
wait, is this
viajó,
right? Like, they would never play without filler edges.
yeah.
los
honestly.
extranjeros.
So we played this card, it's kind of custom. Then only 3 Dracotail fusions. I would have liked to play the green one. I think it's really good into Radiant Typhoon specifically because you never resolve the traps, you just get them back. Everything else is a higher priority for me, so that's why I didn't play anymore. It was fine, like in the lines you do Secretary, you just shuffle one back and
Yeah.
I never missed the third fusion. You just have to be a little bit more careful how you're playing. Then Secretary,
Paranoia que se hubiera
please
hecho.
play this card.
Sí.
Malice is a deck. How many times do I have to say it?
That and also,
Also Mitsu.
Mitsu.
Severely overperformed.
yes, yeah.
Like, day 2 was full of Mitsus. Like, it's weird that nobody got to bait with it, but deck is good. This guy is good into Mitsu as well. So play it.
I'm Mysterion.
It's a clear edge spot, obviously, but just play this card.
I'm Mysterion, the Mitsurugi player for
Same.
5.
I did.
That was like, yeah, pretty good.
Chaos, this card is insane now with the other stuff because when you do the small board without Dracotails, your Cartesian will summon this card and it's interruption with old Albaz.
Yeah.
And so you just take 2 cards, shuffle 2 cards or Mirror Jet, and then Cartesian summon this card, pop all the 2 cards. And if you break with no Dracotail names, it will
Estoy
become
viendo
the
que
action for 2,
Q-Tune
so
está
you will
topeando
be
más
fine.
que
So
¿no?
sometimes
Creo que
you
la
just
cagué en
play
vender,
that
¿no?
works. Sacrifier, it was pretty good for me. In the feature match of round 7, I think this card pulled crazy work.
Y eso que se viene bien Q-Tune.
Then Dubellion.
Sí, ya
I
lo había, ya
regret playing it. I made
me
it
habías
twice.
dicho que
Once.
I
antes ya te había
that was another card I wanted to play.
arrepentido.
Right.
So it was basically anything card.
Simón José Antonio está bien chido
And then Parent came to me
documento.
like, there is no way you don't play an Fisher, and I'm like.
Shoutouts a Iván,
sure,
él es el
I'll
que
play
hace
this, and it's a
todos los
fake out,
spreadsheets.
because, like, if this resolves into this,
Este igual que el del Vanquish pensaba en Malice.
how real is that?
Cuando en Estados Unidos casi nadie trae cosas para
Did you even
eso.
got fissured?
I did. I
No.
won a game when I got two Fisher in one turn by radio.
Tampoco aquí en
Yeah.
Guadalajara,
I
en
didn't have
Huesos.
5-mana Urgula, but I have 5-mana random name. Probably I was 2 5-manas in an end trap, and they activated the card. I went 5-mana, sent 5-mana in a card, and then
5-mana.
got back, set Flame. They summoned Elder my Arch, they went spell to MST outheld. They activated another Fisher, they passed, they drew for turn. I remember summon Fuvalos, SP banish one, then flame the other and win for game.
Pretty clean.
Not go for game, but play the game and establish a board.
SP pretty good?
No, I did not attack directly after the SP, I promise you. Red Albion, Abalinatus, this card was okay. It's good because you can summon Brand Fusions on any dragons you want.
I was about to say, yeah, I think that's like very,
But
very
also, when the lines when you can't go Mululu, chain on the field effect to chain to the Albas in end to like, you're never passing on Albas in the field for obvious reasons because of the card. So if you can't, when you block the fusion locked by Brafu and you can't get rid of the Albas, you just contact use and Artalion and the Albas away for this card.
But I think like the
Beatos buena.
Benefusion sending Urgula on pan is definitely be so good going second, like honestly.
Yeah, it's really good. Then the tower, this card shuffling effect is insane, doesn't target. And it can be a tower. It super polish 2 monsters with Albas, like, come on, it's so crazy. Mirror Jade, I made it twice, and I guess we need to carry it, to be honest.
I made that card. Hello, like it was.
It's not necessary, but I think it was good because if we weren't playing Green Room already, so our Albas game 1 into Radiant Typhoon is already really bad because we don't play Green Room, and at least I want to have this to be a live interruption.
Yeah.
And last card.
¿Ya te cambiaste de depa de Rich?
I think a lot of people don't
¿Cómo
play
así
SP.
depa Rich? Sigo en el mismo.
There's no way
Ah, es el background. ¿Lo dices por el background?
We played
The best part about the deck. The best part about the deck is.
Oh yeah, the side deck carry, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
One Upside Goblin in the Big 26 doesn't do anything.
It's all mascot. It's all mascot.
It's just generic engine-ish kind of card to go first to fix patterns, that's it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to play Prosperity because I think that trick is very important that you have every resource possible at every time.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't play Prosperity, I played this card.
He's just
Just chilling.
he's just chilling. Yeah.
He's just chilling. Then shoutouts to Amai.
Shut the mic to go. Hey, yo, what's up?
She was taking a rest.
Yeah.
It was Dragon's Mind an hour before the submission.
Oh god.
And I'm like, this card is us, but I can't find anything that can save against most decks going first.
Mistaken
it's like,
arrest.
oh, just play Mistaken Arrest. It's like, sure,
That's a good idea.
sure, I'll do it. Sure.
And I think it won like
It
hella
won me, I
games.
think 3 or 4 matches around.
Yeah, my future match in top 8, I think game 2 I was never worried. Like he baited evenly. I'm like,
Can we talk about how crazy it is that we got second and top 4? Like, that's insane.
it's really insane, yeah, for sure.
That's insane. Then the actual good part of it, I mean, this is good, but the real good part of side deck is make it rain.
Yes.
Make it rain. All the end traps
All the end
that we were
traps,
missing in game. Like, these cards are all good, but not good enough to main deck.
Fortunately.
And now side deck exists, so I just
Like,
play them into the good deck.
Originally we thought these cards weren't that good because like Radiant Typhoon plays Gina and then it gets like kind of weird.
That is right.
Like again, like
That deck loses to low impact end traps. It's not that consistent. It's like Sprite Blue. You're not imperming Sprite Blue. Yes, you are.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
stop Sprite Blue every time.
It's also like aggressively hand trapping against a deck works pretty well. So yeah, it's not that consistent deck to be.
Sadly, I noticed that we tested like Friday evening. I passed so much to 1 or 2 hand drops.
Yeah, I mean, that was the whole plan about it.
So, any words before I do my plugs?
I got shout out.
¿Conoces alguna técnicas para prestar cartas expandidas? La verdad, afectó algunos de mis cartones que tengo guardados. La verdad, no. Chicos, ¿ustedes conocen cómo enderezar las cartas pandeadas? Yo la verdad no conozco. Casi no se nota la pantalla verde. Es sarcasmo, ¿verdad, Eric? Fondo de Epa de Polanco. Sí es sarcasmo, ¿verdad? Pac mencionó que la Dragon's Mind no es buena porque para poder usarla significa que pudiste jugar, entonces mejor meter otras cosas. Pero es que siempre puedes llegar a meter una función. No, pero Pac dice que no la ocupaba en su deck porque su deck sí era mucho de... En su deck no la ocupa mucho, pero a mí sí se me hace que debe de ir. Pero el Draco no sé qué jugar. Malice juega, Andrew. ¿Qué tal, Chris? Bueno, a ver que te encuentras bien. Gracias, Dan. Aquí andamos. Tampoco es que salí. No hubo locals, desgraciadamente. Marco Parenti. No, Darío. Ah, Darío quedó. Ok.
Hi guys. We are with Dario Montali, Sebastiano Schittini. Who made
Usar cartas que solo funcionan cuando puedes jugar no son buenas, etcétera,
top
etcétera.
4 at 300 YCS. What deck you played? Malice. Hand traps. Malice hand trap.
Es que siento que Dragon's Den es muy buena carta en un half para cuando haces half board, tipo que te hicieron Rita, te hicieron Fuga o doble hand trap. Solo seteaste una trampa. Sí, güey. Ponlas encontradas en una deck y que queden apretadas con el calor. Ya está, José Antonio, así hazle.
A few words before. We played 2 days in a row in Dario's house. In Parabiago, the city of the shoe. Okay. And they were on Radiant Typhoon, but losing like
De repente se desaparece una parte del headset.
they decided to
Ah, ya vi.
my business.
El micrófono. No es pantalla, ¿verdad? Simplemente es la cámara. El GAT. El programa del GAT.
Okay, now we can start.
Torimados.
I don't know if these cards can come back with if it's banished. I still have to figure it out.
Check the top 4.
Check top 4 vlog. I'm still unsure about it. 2 of these. I don't have to justify this. This is better than Fabio, because when you summon these people stop shaking. Because
Puta madre, siempre comparto el mismo spreadsheet 38 veces. Ahí va, Dan. Déjalo, vuelvo a compartir. Iván, nuestro queridísimo Iván Campos los hace. Ahí está.
In Italy, how you say it?
No sé si comprar. Ponlo pineado. Bueno. Ahí está. Twitch lo voy a dejar. También, pineado. Verga. 2 horas. Está. Está. Envíale el spreadsheet. Ay, vi que se te censuró un mensaje, Eric. Es que está pendejo que remueva el extra. Bueno, sí, está pendejo.
non si può dire.
Io lo dico, io.
Then we have Matcha.
Sí, o sea, ¿cómo viste la decklist del White 300 de momento? Todavía no la ha visto David, pero se me hace muy ingeniosa. O sea, no la he visto a detalle, ya la vi de reojo, pero muy ingeniosa.
This card is ultra rare, but if you go like this, and then the thing here, and the 2 traps.
Grande y dogmática son opciones potentes para capacidad de búsqueda, reciclar de birds. Más que nada branded. ¿O TBL? ¿Por qué? A ver, ¿por qué sí TBL?
This card is ultra rare, but if you go like this, and then the thing here, and the 2 traps. I think these 2 are the best one. Like you have to play this. You could technically play also TB11, but we weren't in the mood to think more than what we already thought. Then 3 Lord of Darkness, unfortunately one is in a different rarity. I'm still working on it.
Is this fried rarity?
Yeah, this is fried rarity.
Deep fried Lord of Darkness.
5 guys Lord of Darkness.
¿Cómo es Jimmy Finzi?
And the 2
Muy bueno.
can serve as an end drop and as
muy buen deck.
a piece, and I can stand that. Then
No sé si es mejor que Yumi Tribrigada. Igual y si es mejor que Yumi Tribrigada. Con el motor Radiant Echo. 15 hand. ¿Crees que la situación afecta la asistencia del Regio? No creo, porque faltan 3 semanas y espero que no.
Yeah, because even an outboard can be dangerous sometimes. And if you get ashed, you probably lose on the spot.
No jugaron Fuga, ¿verdad? No jugó Fuga.
For the extra deck,
Muy
we are on Lingo Libo.
europea la deck.
We call it Andrea Raciti. There's Andrea Raciti for normal monsters. There's Andrea Raciti, which is light. And there's Andrea Raciti for normal summons. For end drop. Yeah, for normal summon no end drops. or even.
El plan está muy chido, pero el Draco sí complica a veces.
Link 2, it's this. We're all standard.
Sí. Digamos que este es el peor matchup, lo tienes que jugar muy bien el Brand.
No binder. No binder, no.
This is new binder.
Well, not the same. But yeah, this is part of the combo.
And yeah, we play this one because it's light, and we made under this, and then
go for the hit soul. Also, Akkord can revive hit soul, so it's.
And yeah, it's a light. It's a light for access code.
Yeah, also. And then link 4 it's access code, and link 5 is the guy with the stick. And also the
juego contra Draco debe saber cómo lo habrá hecho.
If you want to lose in style, you better.
Sí, justo eso. Torres pues sabe jugar muy bien el
The
Draco.
side deck,
Digo, el Brand.
There's some changes in between our side deck and small. We both play 3 Purulia to respect the Typhoon and Vanquish. And then we side deck it. Because I don't know why we side deck it.
We side deck this card because it's not that good against Radiant Typhoon and Vanquish. It's only good
buena
against
contra Radiant
Typhoon,
Typhoon,
and with all the entraps we are fine.
Also against Mitsu. I played 3 Mitsu and would have been dead. 3 common roll.
Not 3.
No, that's 2 actually, sorry. That's the third roll.
Yeah.
Sure, same.
They basically do the same thing.
We're going first, 3 fish and 3 mistaken.
Sangan that cries. Whenever you open these, it's very hard to lose.
I honestly dislike this card.
I have no comments about this thing, which was just said. Plus, I choose to play 300 rating C plus Core by the Grave.
And I decided to play Fuga.
No, it's 15.
Yeah, no, tranquillo.
I want to play Fuvalos instead of this because I'm afraid of the FTK decks. But the Charm, even inside deck, I didn't like it. I prefer to play this.
Yeah, the TDC was very good. Whenever I even played against Azamina with a small White Forest packet at round like 13, and the TDC won me game 3 on the spot.
Probably I will change the Charmies with some sort of core breaker. So I don't know.
Like hijack, like Esteban.
That's the lightning storm.
Esteban style.
Vesper gear su.
Yeah. Okay, any shout out, any changes?
Shout out to Michele Aini because the deck is perfect.
Ho rubato la collana. No, non è vero.
No!
Dracotail. Non si sono presentati, Urgula.
Niente, vediamo.
Allora ho giocato. Te e mio fratello Lucias, purtroppo in top 8 era rimasto da solo. Sono andati via tutti.
Senza sostituti.
Non si sono presentati. Urgula,
Fortunati.
Urgula era sempre in mano 2-3 copie di Urgula a partita. Quando serviva Urgula non si è presentato. A me. 3 della Vest in realtà sì, è forte. 3 Urgula. Come ho detto prima.
È ovvio che c'era sempre in mano.
Sì, però quando serve non ce l'avevo. Ce l'avevo random.
Non ci va.
Poi come mono abbiamo giocato. Cioè ho giocato. Pan. Indemente, che devo dirlo, un po' mi manca.
Ai.
Non giocando al centro.
Frixi, ragazzi, sempre best Frixi.
Comunque giocando al centro.
Come Albaz ho giocato 2 di Fallen, io non so quanti me ne hanno prestati.
C'era sempre vecchio.
E 2 perché non volevo andare sotto Fualos. E infatti non so come Danilo possa giocare 3 di queste, perché se io faccio questo mi becco Fualos e perdo. E no, la carta non è male. Potrei metterne 3, però vedere cosa ho giocato al posto del terzo. E non so, magari inizio format, volevo giocarne solo 2, non credo serva al terzo. Probabilmente per l'Open o altri tornei vedrò se mi aggiungerà qualcosa. Ho giocato mono della Mongola e lei, ragazzi, shootout, questa è una carta veramente scarsissima. Questa è la carta più scarsa del mio mazzo, ovviamente ci ho perso tra l'altro. Non so, e l'altro giocavo anche Albaz o G, se io pesco questa mi impicco. Nulla, ringrazio Lorenzi che me l'ha regalata per il mio compleanno American, però è veramente una monca, questa è una carta ridicola. E la sua sorella, che anche lei, ragazzi, contro Joshua è stata forte, ma è manca la carta ritardata. E poi ho giocato lui.
Ma mo' devi aprire questi dalla luce.
Ho giocato Albion.
Il best.
Vabbè, questo è letteralmente abstract, che cazzo lo giochi a fare? Io c'è una partita, stavo forte, quando l'ho pescato una volta sola, ho mandato Alba, ho fatto special cartesia.
Basta saludare e descansare e stiamo chillando.
Potrebbe uscire, ma...
Vai Rodrigo. Buonanotte.
Cioè, l'ho voluto convocare per questa partita di Hola, questo torneo.
Certo.
Ah, è vero, mi dimenticavo. Ah, ragazzi, sono mega intrippato con i video del DB Grinder in italiano. Con l'IA tradotta, cioè, mamma mia, infatti
Un'ottima plancia.
Infatti vi farò vedere la plancia poi. Ha giocato poi 3 fioritura, come dice di AD TV Grinder, e 3 fualos. Tra l'altro non ho detto, ma questa si chiama 5 mana. 5 mana. 3 fua, ok, poi ho voluto usare 3 belle per rispettare Mirror e Radiant Typhoon, 3 beglie di giocare e niente. Poi le scelte più difficoltose, insomma, ho messo 2 effect verdi. Queste ragazzi ci sono su che chiamano carta da incestissima, lo ripeto. Non so come mai la gente. Fortissimo. Non ho giocato 2 perché effettivamente contro Radiant quei bastardi fanno la combo intro phase, quindi tutti e 2 non potevo. 2-2, no, poi farò vedere il pezzo che sapevo avere. Abbiamo giocato, importantissimo.
Eccola.
18 per di Rau. Queste sono tutte le Rau che avevo in mano io durante il mio torneo. 18 per di Rau. La carta è fortissima, però basta una, cioè non è fortissima.
Eccola, sta per arrivare.
Allora, io ovviamente non ho giocato Branded Fusion.
Ho detto anche fusione cerebrale.
Detta anche fusione cerebrale. Branded Fusion, fortissima, ma fusione cerebrale. Poi ho giocato un mono di questa perché ovviamente essendo una spell non la volevo pescare. E credo che uno si era solo, probabilmente.
Da fuori.
Bene, nella plancia ovviamente mettevo 2 Arta Lion che i professori hanno criticato tanto.
Da fuori è interessante.
Meno ora non sveglia. From National, Mirror Jade, Lubellion che ho fatto un paio di volte, Mirror Jade una volta solo, Joshua per il uno ragazzi che tra l'altro mi aveva riportato perché dice che è stato Alba Lenatus. Difesa 5, cioè come Sao perché Rixi sarebbe giocato una volta. Se te non stai giocando questa carta qua, non ci hai capito niente. Io penso di aver vinto 5 match di questa. Allora, ti leggo l'effetto. Quando il tuo avversario fa Marta nella mano, banna tutto. Quando il tuo avversario attiva un Maris, banna tutto. Nel torneo ho iniziato a farlo. Ho vinto con Gabriel. Catena, questa Maradona. Una roba. C'è stato un game set con uno. Special Fenry. Va, normalmente.
Solo il Fenry invece 3 star.
Basta, sto totalmente mazzirando. E guarda il laghetto. Bene mie. Guardiamo solo. Certo, le scelte più difficili.
Allora,
gli altri 2, vabbè, che ve l'avevo detto. Da inchieste, vabbè. Poi la sai, tipo 4 più, comunque io da risposta. Allora, Droll, meno male ho giocato a 2. Dopo faccio Mitsu, Sky, tanti mazzacci, Lunalight. Questo va giocato a 2, quindi ho preferito, avevo problemi nel sign contro Vanquish soprattutto, quindi mi
está rara esa lancea que aunque la puedes recuperar, pero mejor mete 3.
Avevo uno slot libero e ho giocato questo per un motivo solo. Perché questa, oltre a essere un'altra carta contro Might, anche contro Lunalight, la potevo mandare di Branded Fusion.
¿Te refieres cuál quieres jugar o cuál es mejor deck?
E diciamo...
Bueno, muchos Draco.
Hey guys, it's Paul, Ernst, and Tom, me. We are here at YCS Dortmund, to be honest, YCS. Yeah, Ernst just got top 8. Paul, how did you finish?
18th. X4 though.
Yeah, and I finished 41st place. All of us were playing the exact same list, like slightly changes in the side deck, but overall a pretty good performance for all of us. Only we 3 played the deck, so every one of us did pretty well. And big congrats, my friend.
Yeah.
Top 8.
Thank you.
Here's my deck and a new envelope. It's beautiful. I've never received this envelope. Yeah. And any words? How do you feel?
I feel amazing. I want to give huge shout outs to Paul because he built the skeleton of this deck. He built almost all of it. He had the idea for it and ran Sparsko with the good news. I don't think there's anything to be said about the Draco Tail cards. Everyone plays those. You need to play this for Branded Fusion. We only played 2 Urgula just for space
Draco
reasons.
Schwarz.
You would like to play 3, but as a card itself, it doesn't do anything. This is mandatory and
Schwanz.
standard.
¿Dónde andas en Guadalajara?
For spells, also very standard. And then we chose to play only 2 traps, the ones that we would also keep in going second in most matchups. This made hand quality a lot better. Also, because we built a deck that's more focused around going first, having a stronger going first board, it didn't feel so necessary to always have these, and also this felt great. I drew a lot less traps than I did before playing all 3. And then we come to the new cards, the Albas cards. We play 2 of the new ones, the good one and 1 OG.
Gefallene von Albas.
Yes.
Creo el deck de 80, claro ejemplo de que el entrenador no juega.
I'm not sure if it was winning or not, but I summoned this dude so much that the pressure that he puts on, the removal that he gives you, also
no aplica siempre eso.
Is a very
easy way to put pressure when you just open the branded engine. This card is completely mandatory, and I think you're gonna be hard pressed to find anybody playing this deck well and a lot who doesn't want to play him.
100%. Like every time I try to break fields going second, just having the access of Titanic Net, sending it and being able to fuse off in the end phase, whatever is just left on the field, was such a big advantage. I feel like it's always
make him. No interest. We played one Ecclesia that's pretty normal. We tried more than one, but it wasn't necessary. You have enough access to this, and if you go first, it's just a normal summon, which you have a lot of.
I mean, there are neat lines where you also play more and just go for some rank 4 exit plays, which are good at breaking fields.
But I think for us, in our version, this conflicts a little bit because, as I said, it's pretty branded fusion centered, as you will see in a second. So they conflict a little more than in the standard version.
Yeah. Mandatory. We played the one Albion. Just it's more copies of this. It's upstart. It's a very usable body. Also, this has another target in our deck. That's very cool, and that actually comes up a lot. That we're going to get to.
Liger out.
It's the Liger out also. So the real spice here is Aluber and 2 or 3. I only played 2 opening. Paul played 3. Tom also played 2. Yeah. This is just a mathematical thing, but the idea is you have more copies of Branded Fusion in your deck. It's just a really good card that doesn't require your normal summon. The Grave Effect is incredibly comes up incredibly often. If you do have access to it, and you have access to it through this as well, you can send this. You get
People just don't know it.
Yeah, you get to discard redundant cards because we do play a lot more spells. We often have some spare spells that you can use, and this has been incredible for me. The amount of times this card protected my Secretarion and the Mirror, the amount of times this just gave me a play. Just this is 5 copies of Branded Fusion, and effectively these 2 are the same thing also because it's a different combo. This package was amazing for me. I think 3 is also a good idea, but it just reduces variance when you only play 2.
And it can search.
Yeah, obviously, the 2 Dogma, I wanted to only play 1 because it's part of the combo, but the recursion is nice and it's kind of free and also has it works really well in the Mirror.
So the cool thing is this can either search Branded Fusion, or if you have this already, you can search this to push the Branded Fusion through, or whatever spell you want.
Yeah, exactly. Also searches this. Yeah, this engine was completely amazing for me. I couldn't have wished for any better way to play this because when Branded Fusion resolves, you win, except against Jordan Gallagher. When Branded Fusion resolves, you win with this deck 100% every time, and that's why playing 5 copies or even 6 was just the right play for us. It worked out fantastic.
The idea is basically people play Magistus because they want to have the Alba stuff going on every single time. They want to have more pushes, and this was the compromise with less fast, like less bricky cards, plays less into like Fuva and Charmers in general, or Droll, because you can chain opening to their Charmy, usually they drop in the center phase and stuff. So it's like a smaller engine to accomplish the same thing.
And being able to play way better extra deck.
Yeah, the extra deck space definitely came up. And then for non-engine, 3 Fuva, nothing special here, only 2 Corulia. We were not playing this earlier, but we think it's just too good in the format not to play it. And the basic idea of this is not to hand trap your opponent, but to draw a lot of cards, have a strong engine, and then just play it to the board. I played 3 Ash, Paul did not, but Tom and me did. This card is just too good in the format not to play. It's not really a hand trap, except in the mirror match. It's just like a Fuva out that you add back to your hand. It's just so much value. I think you have to play this. And then I guess the kind of spice is we played 3 Droplet in the main. This card was probably MVP all weekend.
100%.
Like we cited it and then we just moved it to the main and it just performed amazing. Because it does a lot of what you want in a board breaker in this format. It covers so many matchups. It's so versatile. I couldn't this was an amazing non-engine card.
I mean, literally every single time post side we were like, okay, we're signing a Droplet just to dodge Mandate, block Flame, be able to negate stuff, or even in the mirror match just go K2, Rahu, Branded Fusion, and being able to just send it off if it's getting flamed and negate the Secretarian as well. So we were like, why not just main deck it, which was like probably the same approach as being a Bell, but it's better into Radiant Typhoon than other decks and going first. So honestly, it's the MVP of the deck in my opinion.
Yeah. So more quick play spells and that worked out great. So the extra deck, shout out to the homies. SP mandatory just for the mirror match going second. You can clear the flame more easily. For the Draco Tails, only 2 Arthalion and 1 Gulamel. I wish I played the 3rd Arthalion, but it didn't come up enough to where it's absolutely necessary.
Creo que el tercer Arthalion ya no es necesario.
Because we added more generic targets that don't require Albas. These 2 are normal. Mysterion was a meta call for we expected a lot of Malice and Lunalight, and this card is just a blowout, especially when people don't expect it. It didn't come up too much for me this weekend, but also it's not like I needed Arthalion because you have so many ways to recycle them. So this lineup worked perfectly. Yeah. Everything in here was made multiple times.
Did you miss the new Jacob Fusion?
I wish I had it.
but I never needed it to win.
Okay.
All the games I won were winnable without it, and all the games I lost were lost without it as well. So
I felt like the best use of it was like in turn 1 where you go first, just being able to recycle your own K2, where Gulam just doesn't have any value, but the best thing to do. Like it wasn't necessary like answer to win actually.
yeah, and also when you lock yourself a lot in this deck, you can only summon 8s, and then you're like, I think the third Arthalion is more likely, but I don't have any complaints with the extra deck. And for the branded stuff, we played literally every card that's relevant. So all the monsters you make are these 5. Liger out, also special summon Albas, best super poly target, extremely good also for recycling.
And the towers.
Yeah, contact fusion. These two need no explanation. This is like the main thing we make with branded fusion because it does the whole combo, and it's so good. It prevents a lot of things. It prevents it's not fusible even if it's negated. It's just a really good card. And the one Albion is obvious, and one Lubellion as well. Just to have more options for recycling, for sending a Molulu into a board. It's just stronger than sending a light monster. This came up a lot. Every single card next to it came up a lot, and obviously the new Ecclesia as well. I don't think there's anything here I would change.
And like also the main reason why we played Rebellion is that Rafu is in die out. So you can just banish it, shuffle it back, summon chaos, and you can out-dimension fish it, which we expected a lot because we felt like there's a lot of metas going around. Our Vanquish Soul, our Radiant, and everything is playing die fight. So yeah, we just made space for it because we felt like, especially playing multiple openings and Aluba, we felt like die fight is just easier to out than it would be normally.
There's nothing you can change here. I think these cards are perfect. Yeah. And for the side deck, third Corulia, just for the matchup that is good. 2 Droll, obvious, pretty as well. And then I played for additional assets, 2 Nip, 1 Veiler.
No todos jugaron Droll, no todos los Dracos.
I think Imperm is also a good choice. There's nothing wrong with Imperm, but I liked it more going first when you draw off the traps. This is mostly where we changed. Some people played Imperm, I played Veiler. Really, the difference didn't matter. These are the most important cards. These are sometimes good, and this is just, siding patterns.
I mean, exactly, like Nip just was good for going first and second.
Yeah.
If your mirror match wants to break the field, they have to commit all the 5 summons. We saw a lot of Yami going around on Friday.
Yeah.
So we felt like
Malice and
Yami Nip is just a blowout that they do not expect to be in our deck. And yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those cards that say like Fua you or like Red Sea you, and you can still have a playable game. It will most likely win you against the matchup that's good against you, because they will push you into a game where they expect you not to do that much, but you have a blowout card back in your hand that they can't see, and then you can still win.
Yeah. And then I played all the spell trap wipes. These were just too good for me in testing. Obviously, in Radiant Typhoon specifically, and sometimes in the mirror match also, these can be negated, but they pair with every single
no, seguiré con VANQUIsh, nada más que estoy viendo, analizando si jugaremos la misma. Bueno, muy probablemente no jugamos la misma receta.
Especially in a deck where you're not.
Bueno, de lo que les mencioné en el profile de 41 bajaremos a 40.
Your opponent, but you charmy them, you draw a lot, you have this, you start off, activate a fusion, and off you go. Yeah, I really like these cards, and they did very well for me. Also, the Lightning Storm technically conflicts with something like 5 mana, but if I'm resolving a 5 mana turn 1, I'm winning. Like, at that point, I'm fine with the Lightning Storm. And you just have to, play with a little bit of thought behind it, and then these are always live. Right, and then for going first card mostly, but also a little bit consistency. Hot just, is more access to what you need. Coldplay also came in sometimes going second, depending on the matchup. I just didn't like it in the main enough, but I think it's also fair to play in the main. Third trap, and then 2 counter spells. I thought Judgment was better than a second Dragon's Wine, just because I don't have to play for it to be live. And also, these 5 plus any combination of the hand traps is really easy siding with the Charmies and the
Solo en un matchup que fue contra un Dragotel que no jugué perfecto. Por no jugar perfecto, perdí. Tuve una mala decisión de línea cuando había hecho shift.
Thank you guys.
See you next time.
Entonces, pues afectó mucho el juego.
Yo, as good as your boy JY, and no surprise here, we have Jordan Gallagher finishing card to draw. Just going second into Secretarion as well, specifically, and the MST deck. I don't think those cards are very good, so I put the Albaz version instead. So show us the deck, show us what you played. Sure. So I played the branded version. I guess it's important to talk about that first. I don't think Spenta, I'm not a fan of Spenta. I think it's very good going first. I don't think it's good going second, to be honest. I think you make sure Zoroa is a terrible card. I think Crowley's a terrible card to draw. Just going second into Secretarion as well, specifically, and the MST deck. I don't think those cards are very good, so I put the Albaz version instead. So we start with the standard
stuff. Everyone sell your Spentas now, bro. That Magista stuff ain't it, right?
I know a lot of people are still playing Magistas, so a lot of American. It may still do well, the American ones, yes, but there were none in this top cut. Okay. 3 Elikius, 3 5 mana, 3 Urgula, this is mandatory. If you're not playing 3 Urgula in this format, you just don't know what you're doing. Like, this is Mirror Match format and Radiant Typhoon format. This is the best one to draw. It's the best one to fuse away. It's like, you have to play 3 of this, like, mandatory. 2 Pan. Some people, like, people are playing like 1 and 1 or like 2 and 1. I don't understand. Well, like, last format we were playing 13 to 14 names, and we had 3 Ketu and 3 Rahu. So we had 20 like names last format. Now if you play, I'm playing 13 names, and you've got 1 Ketu, 3 Rahu. You're still down 2 names. So if you don't play enough names, you're just going to brick on Albaz cards, and pure Albaz is not a good deck for a reason. You have to draw Dracotail cards in your Dracotail deck. So as much as it does suck to see these two together, and you can't fuse, like you need to play names. You need to draw multiple names when you want to beat Fua. You need to draw names whenever you draw spell cards. If you're using spells and not fusing names from hand, the deck sucks. So unfortunately, you do have to play a good amount of Dracotail names. So yeah, I'm playing 13. A lot of my list played 14. I was playing 3 Pan as well. I think the consistency with 13 was high enough, so I left it at 13. And then the standard stuff is the 1 Ketu and the 3 Rahu. Self-explanatory, you can't cut on these, and the 3 traps.
Se caga la Steam común.
But I think the games where you don't play with the Albaz cards or the branded cards, and you're playing pure Dracotail, if Horn is not in your deck is... You're not going to win a lot of those games sometimes, I feel like. You still need your backup engine of pure Dracotail to be good enough sometimes to win games, so I think I keep playing the Horn. The Albaz package is a 2 white, 1 Fallen of Albaz. So I was a big fan of not playing this card for a long time, but the more games you play with this deck, the more this card comes up. And day 1, this card went crazy. I summoned it still a few times day 2, but day 1, this card just generated OTKs like instantly. Like, the card was overperformed by way more than I thought it would this weekend, so very happy I played it, and I think it is mandatory at this point. The 1 Ecclesia, messed around with 3 for a while, and I know some people in Top Cut are doing 3. Like 3 of this, and then also playing Exciton in the extra deck is something that I considered. But I feel like if you're playing someone good in the mirror match, they usually have Secretarian on their end board. It should be a priority on their end board. So especially this into an end board with a Secretarian on it does nothing. So I decided to play 1 because I just didn't like how it interacted with the mirror match. And then we played 2 Cartesia. So this is another thing with like the Malulu limit. You lost 2 ways to fusion summon. With only 1 Malulu, and when you were playing 3 before, we had 2 extra ways to fusion summon. Now people will say this is a way to fusion summon. Going first, majority of the time, maybe yes. But going second, this card is not a way to fusion summon. This card never resolves to get you into the synchro to summon Cartesia going second. This card is a fake way to fuse going second. So I just wanted to keep my ways to fusion summon high, so I played 2 Cartesia. It's also like niche that you can draw and you can bridge into the Albaz engine with it. Like I did it on stream against Tom, where you draw like Cartesia, Dragon, Lucius, and then you can make Secretarion, bring this back and synchro it to the Ecclesia and get your Albaz engine that way. But the 2 Cartesia was really good. Also means you can add it back from grave freely and then still be able to special it from deck with Synchro Ecclesia. You don't have to worry about maybe leaving it in grave sometimes. So I definitely like the 2 Cartesia. And then the last card of the branded package was an Albion, the Sacrifice Dragon. Shrouded Dragon, sorry. It's just an extra Albaz, because we're only playing 2 in the main deck. It's just an extra one. This build is like a board breaker build of Dracotail. I know some people are playing hand traps. I chose not to play many, so this is kind of like a board breaker. So even going second, this isn't that bad. It dumps Albaz, and then can draw your card. And in this deck, you want to draw spells. Like, so if I'm playing 39 cards, so my chance of drawing spells is a little bit better. And also, going second to Albaz is just kind of broken. If you get it in rotation, you play through the entire board. If you eventually get to resolve Arthaline and add back the Albaz, you just get to summon Ecclesia from deck, summon Albaz, fuse to the board, and like OTK people out of nowhere. It seems like you have no plays left. Special Albaz, Ecclesia, OTK from like 2 cards. It happens a lot. This card was fine. Let's just see Albaz a little bit more. And then the hand traps is 3 Ash, 3 Fua. That's it. There's the only hand traps. It's the only like, non-engine that felt impactful in the mirror match for hand trap wise. This is obviously self-explanatory in the mirror, and like good against Radiant Typhoon as well, because that deck's so bricky. Sometimes you'll Ash their starter and they'll pass. This card is terrible against Radiant Typhoon, but it's just good against the general meta that you would still play it, and it's good against the mirror. And then the other non-engine I played was the 2 Fallen and Virtuous. I think 2 is like good. I think being able to search the second one matters. I had 1 in a few of my builds, but I played 2. I don't like 3. I just like, you see, it's just redundancy with white Albaz. Anytime you draw white Albaz, but you also draw Fallen and Virtuous, it's just a little bit redundant. So I'd rather just like play the 2, so there's less redundancy. And then the other non-engine is the 3 Droplet. So this card was crazy. It's mainly just like, you want something that's impactful in the mirror match and Radiant Typhoon. And this card, anytime you draw any of the spell cards, is like the best non-engine in the mirror and Radiant Typhoon. Like, if you draw these, or with the last 2 cards in the deck are 2 Brand Fusion, you want to just draw Droplet with a spell. This card is a lot weaker when you don't draw spells. If your opponent is like proactive about popping your back rows. But sometimes people aren't proactive about popping back rows, especially Radiant Typhoon. Because sometimes you'll like fusion summon Set Ketu Rahu, and they have mandate, and like their plan is to wait until you use one of the spells, chain MST on the other spell, and then mandate to get this spell, so they get out 2 for 1. But if you have Droplet in that situation, you ruin them. And anytime you just draw any of the spells plus Droplet against Radiant Typhoon, you just ruin them. And it's the same against the mirror match. Draw any of the spells plus Droplet, chain, they get the Secretarion, because like I said, if they're a good player, there's a Secretarion already on their field before you start your turn. You just get to play a spell, they use flame, chain, send, they get secretary on, your spells resolve, and you actually win going second in the mirror match a large percent of the time. You draw this plus a spell. So this was the most impactful non-engine that I decided to play.
And those ultis, man, they're so crisp,
Yeah, they're good.
so beautiful.
And that's the main deck, it's 40 cards.
Okay.
Extra. Your two Arthalion. So this is a bit different for like branded Draco decks because some of the combos in this deck you will summon two Arthalion. That does happen very occasionally. You just kind of have to play differently in the games where you do that. You're going to want to maybe horn this back to your X deck sometimes. That happens just by accident a lot of the time because everyone plays around horn, everyone puts everything in defense, and then they force the horn at some point. So you're forced to use it. You may as well put the Arthalion back. So it's kind of like year 3 sometimes. The third one actually didn't come up. It didn't make me lose the game. So I'm quite happy I played 2. The Gulamelt obviously, and then the other guy Shorus. I wasn't playing this for the longest time, but it's actually like the best fusion to summon off of like Rahu going second in like Radiant Typhoon and the Mirror match. So like against Radiant Typhoon in the Mirror, they'll have Secretarian on board, like I said. If your spell resolves, summoning Arthalion isn't going to do anything. Summoning Gulamelt doesn't apply the same amount of pressure. So what you do is you can summon Shawless, you can set your Ketu or your Rahu, whichever one you didn't use. Your Pan or your like Malulu will deal with the Secretarion, and then this is now applying pressure because like they're forced, like usually they'll like Urgula pop one of your spells that you set. And now they also have to deal with this at the same time. They have to deal with the spell you set and the Shorus, otherwise the Shorus puts the spell back in the deck, the one Ketu importantly, and then you reset the Ketu later. It's the same against the MST.
La lista del top 8 del YC es
de... If they MST this, they now also have to deal with this, because it's just going to put this back in the deck. So it's just something that came up like, occasionally in that matchup that I felt like it was worth it. Yeah. 2 Secretarian, I think this is mandatory. I won so many games in the Mirror match because 2 Secretarian. Some of my opponents lost games in the Mirror match because they didn't have second Secretarian. It comes up so frequently. It's on all your endboards going first. It should be the first fusion monster you try and fusion summon in the Mirror match to beat your opponent's 5 manas. And the second one just comes up in the Mirror match so often. Very happy I played that. The one card the one card I wasn't particularly happy with the X deck. I ended up playing it to respect like K9 decks a little bit, and it's okay against Malice, I guess, but that didn't help. But I found it like one time, and it was very irrelevant. So this is like the only cuttable card in the X deck so far, I think. Chaos, this card comes up all the time. You can generate a lot more Dark Dragons in this deck because of the new Albaz, you just get to pop 2. Sanctifier for the Brand Fusion. I think it's still worth it for the Brand Fusion. It's better into Fua, it's better into Interrupts. Like some people are still doing, you summon Red Albion line with Brand Fusion and then you pop it with Pan or you fuse it away, but it's worse into Interrupts. So if you like Brand Fusion into Red Albion and set Rahu, and then like Rahu gets ashed and you can't get to Pan or a way to get rid of the Albion, it's just really awkward. So I still like the Sanctifier. Titaniclad. It's like a Liger out, fake. I played against the one Illinois, it didn't matter. But it's also just a really good send, gets you access to Albaz in the end phase, good at breaking boards with Fallen and Virtuous, Fallen and White. It searches your new Albaz as well, so it's actually like a good search target now if you want to just get Albaz in rotation. If you're playing against Draco Tail Flame, you don't want to add spells, so you just like add new Albaz, then Albaz can get you a way to fuse. That comes up, and it lets you send Pan, obviously. You can also send Pan with this. Everyone will be playing this, everyone knows this by now, it's broken in the Mirror match. Just let's Albaz out Secretary on Dragon, and like your opponent has to play around this in your deck all the time, they have to clear their own Albazes all the time. I wanted 2 at one point, but it was fine with just the 1. Dragon that devours the Dogma. I fusion summoned this card more than I sent it. This card gets fusion summoned a lot. With new Albaz is just like old Albaz is just so accessible now that you just get to fusion summon this all the time. This card was broken against Illinois, that was nice. 1 Red Albion. I don't think you need more than 1. It does like your Brand Fusion is a little bit worse sometimes after you've already sent this with Albaz the White, but it's fine. Mirror Jade, this card's insane. Like you have more access to OG Albaz than you ever have. You make this all the time. And the 1 Synchro is mandatory. So like the only debatable card I think in the deck is the Mysterion.
What would you change it for?
It could be Rindbrum. It makes OG Albaz a little bit better against Radiant Typhoon. It means you can actually like fuse with some of their monsters and make Rindbrum. But like it's like a minor interrupt there. The Rindbrum Graveyard effect probably comes up a few times. There are a few games where that could have mattered.
Puede ser.
Side deck. I'm playing 2 Pank and 1 Duster. So these are like DeFi outs, but like this is like a more generic DeFi out. This card I can also set against like it can be a more impactful card. So against decks like Radiant Typhoon, if you ever get to pair like Duster with like any of the breakers, even against Radiant Typhoon, you can pair it with any quick effect. So like 5 mana, Cartesia, Ecclesia, and like force it through because like you use this, they go MST, chain any quick effect, they can't chain the trap. They don't have to chain second MST.
Los chainean, no pasa nada.
Or even better if you have Droplet. Activate Dusters, chain Droplet. Same with the Virtuous, just ways
No,
to
no
pair
puede
this card
ser
can just make it
Virtus.
insane. And then the same in the Mirror match, you pair it with Droplet, pair
Con
it
la
with
fisura.
Fallen the Virtuous, pair it with all that, and they can out 4 back row that like all the Draco Tail traps are now in the grave, Fallen the Virtuous is in the grave. And this is a bit more of a generic card that I would feel happier siding into decks like Vanquish Soul and against decks like Malice, whereas like this is like you're kind of forced to put it in because they play D-Fisher, but it's not the best quality of cards. But yeah, and against Radiant Typhoon in general, this card's good. 3 Parolia. It's just for Radiant Typhoon and like other rogue things like Yummy, I guess, and Malice.
Rogue decks.
Tunib, more like for the rogue decks, to be honest, and like it's like a go first card. If I want to side out the droplets when I'm going first, so depending on the matchup, some of the droplets can be in the bureaus. It's just broken whenever you have a board on top of it. And then go first cards. another Shrouded Dragon, a Call By, and 2 Dragon's Mind. So for a while I had 3 Dragon's Mind, I had Judgment at some point, but at some point I just decided I just want to play if I'm going first. If I get to play, I feel like I'll win. So an extra copy of Albaz was nice, put my deck down to 38 cards, make it a bit more consistent. A bit less redundancy with like 2 traps instead of 1, and then the Call By just for Ash and Fua. So these are the 4 go first cards. I only play 3 Charmies, so settings kind of easily. Like the other 2 cards are like I want to take out the droplets, so you can take out 6 cards going first, and then like it could be like this going first 6, or like if the Imperm's better in the matchup, it could be Imperms. The last 3 are Imperms, just for like K9 decks. I said it in the mirror match just as Fight Negation, and I said I guess Radiant Typhoon as well. And that's the list. Sorry for the long profile.
No, it was really good to hear insight, especially in the new format. Yeah, thanks again for the deck
fue un
profile.
profile largo.
So, shoutouts.
Okay, a lot of shoutouts.
Muy bien, ya bajamos al 16. Ah, no, falta el Radiant Typhoon, sí es cierto. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 del top 8 fueron Branded, Dracotel, un Malice, un Vanquish y un Radiant. Pero lo más sorprendente no es eso, chicos. Lo más sorprendente es que del top 32 solo hubo un Vanquish Soul, que fue el que ganó el evento. No sé si es de preocuparse o no.
Bonjour à tous les amis, c'est ISK, on est avec la star.
Verga. Purga. Creo que es lo más relevante. Ah, y el Engraver con el Requiem. Bueno.
I got top 16 at a real top, and YCS Dortmund 2026. I played Branded Dracotel.
Magic.
Played 3/5 mana, 3 Lucius, 1 Wurgle, 2 Pen, 2 Urgula, and 1 Feruxu. That's it for the Dracotels. Then for the Albaz engine, I played 2 good Albaz, 1 bad Albaz, 1 Ecclesia, 1 Cartesia, and then the 1 Albion. Just because I wanted to.
¿Ryan topió en algún lugar este fin? Mi rancho, según yo, ninguna noche. ¿Dónde es tu rancho, Omar?
Then for spells.
No, no he visto. Creo que sí. Sí topió en Estados Unidos.
One of each trap. Then 2 Branded Fusion. 2 Fallen. And then I also played 2 droplets. And for end traps I played 6 Charmies and 3 Ash. Then for
no me acordaba que eras de Monterrey, Omar.
I played Dalian, 1 Bullamel, 1 Shawls.
No parece.
This was the 15th card. It was between this, the 2nd Secretarian, and Sanctifier. We ended up on this because we fixed some matchups. And then 1 Chaos, 1 Secretarian. Then for the Alba stuff, 1 Albion, 1 Dogma, Alonatus, 1 Obellion. This comes up a lot throughout D-Fisher. Titanic Flat, because I played the Kaiju in the side for Moonlight. Then Mirror Jade. And I took cards the Synchro and the SP. Then for the side deck, played 1 Kaiju to respect Moonlight. And it fixed some side deck patterns against some weird matchups. And 2 draws, 2 Nib, because I wanted to respect a little bit Malice and Yummy, and it came up. Then I played 5 outs to Fisher. I think this one is a bit better because it also outs anti-spell and it doesn't require you to draw a spell, so it's a little bit better. And then for going first cards I played 1 Ecclesia to have more access to the fallen stuff, and going second into the mirror match, it's a good bar breaker and Yummy.
No sé si yendo segundo ayuda de Ecclesia teniendo Secretarian en board. Segundo Monterrey fue un Chris Trunken, ¿eh? Alan Zúñiga. Ay, ya lo cambió rapidito el Iván. Ahí lo está cambiando. Yo nunca he jugado con un buen Radiant, aunque no sé por qué está tan fuerte. Aquí el Víctor Figueroa está jugando.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy JY. We're here, YCS Dortmund 2026. The YCS just finished. We're literally at the restaurant having dinner right now. And we got the boys from London, Europa Gaming, the Collective. We got Corey and we got Josh. Guys, what did you guys do this weekend? Tell me.
We both made top 64 at the 300 YCS Dortmund. We both played the exact same list, and our friend Connor, the only one of our friends who played the same list as us, made top 16. Look at him, bro. Look at him. Come on. Come on. One effect Vela richer.
Let's go.
One effect Vela richer.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So what place did you guys finish? You got...
I came 64.
And I came 59th. 59th. And what place did Connor go?
Connor came 14th.
14th, yeah.
He has the last round of feature, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're still trying to put out the petition to get rid of Malice, but so far we're at 2,000 signatures. Konami still
Ban Malice.
They're still not talking.
Okay, cool.
And Dormos.
What did you guys play? We're
going to play Draco Tail.
Okay.
Magista Squad suck.
Yes, they do. Alright, also, look at this picture. The gang. Legacy. Quegacy.
The gauntlet is complete.
Wait, the gauntlet's complete?
It's complete, man. I completed it.
Wait, I don't think you have.
I completed it, man.
Nah.
Connor's gauntlet.
Oh.
Yeah. Connor's specific gauntlet.
Okay.
No, not a real gauntlet. Just Connor's in it.
Okay, boys, show us the deck. Cool.
Yeah, so Draco Tail ratios. Malulu the GOAT, we played 3. I lied. He's the GOAT though. I miss him.
Konami decided that you played 1.
Yeah. Lucius 3. Fimena 3. Argula, if you play less than 3, you're taking the piss. Or you live in America, one of the two. Like, Scar's the GOAT, man.
Alright.
Broken Goat first, Broken Goat second.
Yeah.
2 pans. We wanted to kind of max out our names, but we ended up taking out the other pan because like popping into the board feels really weird right now. It's not great against Radiant, and if you're popping a secretary, it doesn't actually feel amazing if they have their own pan engraved. So yeah, and then Frixel because we play branded cards.
Cool.
I hate Frixel.
Always started out going second.
Yeah. I didn't used to do it, but this format you just need one on engine. Rory, the GOAT. Always set 2 of these, they pop both and then you activate the one from hand. That's how it goes. And then Ketu, shout out JY. The Ketu was loyal. Ketu was loyal. I was activating that card from hand, man. From hand.
Let's go.
And then the 3 chat cards. I actually think it was a mistake to play all 3. I don't think we should have played Flame.
Seriously?
Flame is awful, bro. Like, if you think of this format, right? Either the deck is like, it doesn't care about Flame, like Momo, shout out YG Panda, right? Or they have infinite dodges for Flame.
Yeah.
Like, I swear, I have a set Flame and I'm playing against Typhoon, I don't even activate it, bro. What's the point, man? I'm gonna waste energy like flipping up this Flame. It's not gonna do anything. Awful card, man. These two are solid. Yeah, Flame sticks.
Yeah. I think the only time you could probably use Flame is flaming your own stuff.
Yeah.
If you're about to say evenly, you have to
pop behind it.
No, they're gonna fall in the. If they're gonna evenly, you fall in the virtuous, send something, then use Flame, and then at least get a draw. That's the only thing you can do.
Yeah, so we did Albaz stuff. So 2 Fallen, OG Albaz. JY was telling me to play this, and I wasn't listening, bro.
Let's go! Shout out to me!
Ecclesia, Cartesia, 2 Brand Diffusion, and 3 Fallen in the Virtuous. So the actual factor that made me end up wanting to play Fallen of Albaz is not when you get food you can summon up Ecclesia, or you can summon up the Ecclesia Synchro. It's mainly for Titan Clad. So when Fallen jumps Titan Clad in the end phase, you have another really strong push. So that was the main reason we ended up playing Fallen of Albaz, because you don't have enough space for Fallen in this deck, so you need your pushes to be really strong. So Fallen being a non-engine to force out your plays and a really strong push in the end phase was really nice. I want infinite games because people just forget about the Titan Clad engrave. They use all the interrupts and then you break their whole board in the end phase.
100%. And that being paired with also the non-engine that we're about to show now, it just made it so going first, or going second, that our spells always resolved, and the ability to dodge things now, because like I said, there's Mandate, there's Flame, there's all sorts of things that are going to try non-engine?
Many good non-negates Fua, which is great, and it trades 1-for-1, so solid card. Fua, which is the best card in the game, right? Especially in a deck like Dracotel, where hand advantage is so important. Yeah. And then we figured that the only other real non-engine was Droplet, because every other piece of non-engine that you can play is good into some matchups and just really, really mid into other matchups. Whereas Droplet in the mirror is insane because it trades for Flame and the Secretarian on board, plus other things you need it to trade for. It's a solid going first card because you can just use that like an imperm, right? It's really good into Radiant Typhoon because it can trade for the Totem Bird, the Varuna, and the MST negate. And then into the other matchups like Vanquish, it can be really difficult to interact with things like Holy Suit. This can negate Holy Suit, which is great. Yeah, Droplet is like, it's really good this format because into the top 2 decks it's insane, and into every other deck, if you have another push in Dracotel, you can normally win the game. And then we had 1 spot left. So get 1 Nibiru.
1 Nibiru!
Yeah, so initially when this was in the deck list, it was so we could have an Outer Titan card, an Outer Titan card, an Outer Liger Dancer.
Yeah, there we go.
Kind of as the format progressed, people realized that Moonlight is insanely unplayable right now. Yeah. Because we'll just get a double loss to some guy with a Crusader in defense position. Yeah. So it becomes less of a Liger route, and more, we have 1 more non-engine spot. Nib is the best card in Dracotel going first. But all you have to do is set follow-up. This is going to keep you alive, you're going to win the game, right? And it's also a card to send for Titanclad. So like, I did it a few times where I just needed a 4k beater under like V-Fisher or something, which is quite solid. And yeah, Nib was insane. If we had more space, I would probably play more, because I think all non-engine is just so mid going second, apart from the ones we play. So you might as well just play non-engine as good going first. Yeah. Shout out Patrick Hoban's book apparently. I haven't read it, but I heard he said something like that.
Shout out to who?
Patrick Hoban.
Patrick Hoban,
the book, right?
Oh my god, the word of the king, bro. Put some respect on Hoban's name, bro. That is the GOAT, bro.
Yeah, like I said, like you were saying, that Nib is probably the best high impact matchup you can do. And even when the fluids resolve, there's not much that you can really interact with your opponent as opposed to when you have Bell or Veilers or things like that. So even being able to draw into a Nib, go in second as well. You can 5-mina into something, get a set, add this back, and then Nib the board as well. So being able to have high impact resolutions are always great going forward, and going first and going second.
I call it threatening roll, man.
Threatening.
Threatening roll.
Waboku. Throwback. Okay.
For the extra deck, so we played standard 3 Alphalion.
I think it's ridiculous that people are playing less.
People are playing less because they're obviously playing the just the build, and you can also be a weird person named James, I believe.
But you know Jordan played 2.
Yeah,
Jordan played 2. Yeah.
He probably has his reasons to do it, but I just think this card is going crazy. Also due to the fact that if you start with the Fallen of White, you're locked into dragons. Yeah. So having 2 so activating that and then trying to fuse up again to get more trap set. You go through 2, and now you have to try and hope and pray. You can either put one back with the card with the Ecclesia or the Secretariat.
The main logic was that if you pay 2, you always Horn bounce one of your Alphalions, right? But the problem with that is like Horn becomes so much less flexible. Horn does not need a last back row that you set. Yeah. So if you only get to 2 back row, you only have 2 Alphalions left to deck. So in a hand where you open like not many Dracotel names and no branded engine, the 3rd Alphalion is really important.
Yeah. And then obviously the Kulamel, and then the underrated MVP from my side of things. This card was so great because even going into a board, what you'd usually make if it was on the Secretarion, if one of your spells went through by a non-engine, if you made the Alphalion, it's obviously dead. And if you make Gulamel, it's just there's so many ways they can go around it. Even if you negate, for example, a Snatchy, they can just chain it every single time, so it never resolve. So having the Showless to be able to just stay on board and then threaten something, so we can negate something, then we can use the effect to target, shuffle back the cards. Especially Ketu, because obviously it's a one-off. Sometimes when we set it, obviously people are very fast to pop it. So even having it in the graveyard, we can just Showless, put it back, and then obviously have another way to fuse, and then be able to actually reset it and then use it again.
Yeah, so it comes up a lot when you have like Rahu plus another push, and you start with Rahu.
Yeah.
It didn't come up for me much, but it does come up.
This came up quite a lot for me, specifically due to the fact of OTKing, because being able to shuffle back your stuff and then targeting their cards. So for example, for me, I put back a Heart Scripter, and also put back a Futsu back into deck to be able to OTK as well. Nice. So it just allows for so much more pushes. Nice. Then we have the generic, but I would say main staples obviously in Dracotel, which is Secretarion and Chaos, and then another tech that we decided to go with Fila. Fila feel a lot better, also due to the fact that you have a lot more dragons in rotation as opposed to before. So being able to bounce stuff on field didn't feel too neg, because usually you have to bounce this back, but then there's more ways we can bounce back your Albaz in field, so you can stop the threat of Alblenatus, or just getting rid of stuff in the graveyard. So
it's
just
quite important in the grand game.
Very important. Also hitting key pieces, like for example if Cartesia gets to grave or Ecclesia in the mirror, just knocking out the Ecclesia from that rotation stops a lot more of their grind as well in the Dracotel. And then for the the branded build, which was Sanctifier. Some people weren't playing Sanctifier. I just thought this was obviously the best one for the.
You always make this with Branded Fusion first.
Branded Fusion, you go first. The old play was obviously to make this, then hop it with Pan and get search it. But like I said, because you have so many ways into Virtuous now, you don't really need to do that play. So Albion, Titaniclad, the GOAT. The go, what you would do is usually send this in with the virtues. Even if you set virtues and pass, it just adds so much follow up in end phase. If they make a board, you've got OG Albaz coming back. If they're not, you can add white Albaz to come back to hand. So you just have so many more pushes as well.
Yeah, it's quite nice that when you use Fallen, send this, you have it instant out to flame because you add Fallen dumps the Ecclesia Synchro, and then you can instantly out of flame, and then you get to play with the Fallen Albaz and whatever spells you have.
Yeah, and then put them both back so that means you have the recursion. And then we have obviously the Abelantus, which is very strong.
I want to play 2.
Yeah, he didn't want to play 2.
Yeah, I wanted to cut Trawlers and play 2. It came up that much? It doesn't come up until you've removed it from the extra deck. And then they start playing around it.
Yeah. So under his logic, the fact of once out of play, they would automatically start playing freely. So that was like I said, the only time I saw this was when I was sending it, or when my own stuff got taken away. Because I was playing against Radiant Typhoon, I didn't assume they would have it. And I just assumed they wouldn't have it because I tried to do the tech of obviously not activating a quick play spell in end phase to set the other one while sending this one, sending Dogma first to add to hand and set and pop in. So I tried to do the other way, and then I got Ablances for my Malulu, so that was fun. And then the other targets for Titanic in end phase, which usually be those two, and then obviously the Synchro. Mirror Jade is just it's too broken. And then Dogma, like I said, you have quite a resource loops in the deck. So you have this, you obviously have this, then you have Secretarian as well, and then obviously we're playing Chalice. So we have multiple ways to keep the grind going, which allowed us to be able to stay in the game a lot longer. Like I said, a lot of people are either cutting one of these or something like that, so the grind is obviously one of the key things in the mirror. How many Jacob did you play actually?
5. What was your record in mirrors? 4-1. Nice. I lost a mirror where I got 5 mana 2 games in a row. One game you had Mag 5 mana, one game you had Fua 5 mana. And they said to me after, I thought I was going to take it Joshua Schmidt, I was scared. Oh, no! After he 2-0'd me, bro. After he 2-0'd me.
We actually needed to play Joshua Schmidt at some point, like at a tournament. That would go crazy.
That would go crazy.
That would go crazy. Did you play many mirrors, Corey?
I played about 2 or 3. I think the most I actually played was Malice. Wow. And ironically, that deck needs to go.
Yeah.
I think I played someone in my last round in round 15. Well, sorry, round 13. He made, I think, a God board. He ended on Defissure, Anti-Spell, Terahertz, the Juice Worm thing in grave, Impulse in hand, Juice in hand, Boldrake on field, and I was just like, okay, so I just...
You broke that board,
yeah, it was just literally, all it took was a mag and an evenly that I didn't play. So into the side, there was the second and third nibs. Those go in against Rogue or Yummy or
so we have like
any combo deck.
This is obviously a going first option, which is nice. Yeah. And what I was planning on doing is if I played against Moonlight, I was going to have all the nibs and all the Albaz in my deck. I just hard draw nib Albaz and hard make a Titanic Dread. Kind of greedy. Yeah, like you run out on engine and people this format aren't playing around nib. Yeah. So if you didn't nib them game 1, you can tie these in and it will normally trade for quite a lot into decks that aren't the top 2. And it's a broken on first card.
And also at the same time, Draco Tail is also not respecting nib. A lot of people are just literally just making their god boards and then the Secretarian gets nibbed over and then they don't have a Secretarian. So
we're Boku.
Yeah. So also playing the ball buy. So generic going first card, but it's obviously solid. When they feel us or shifter us or anything like that, we actually want a form of counterplay rather than just looking at them and deciding.
Yeah, so we decided 8 going first cards, and the idea was into the breaker decks. You wanted your non-engine to be good into the breaker decks and the hand trap decks. So like a card like Dragon's Mind was really good into the board breaker decks because you set up your board and then it's an Omni Negate, that's an Omni Negate next turn, and it trades really well inside Double Cyclone. It trades really well to so much stuff. But then when you play against a hand trap deck, you don't always get to a fusion monster, and then you just end up losing games because you have them in your deck. So yeah, we played 2 warnings and 1 judgment.
Those
warnings. You set them and they do what they say.
They say no. So someone normal Cupsy. I went GG's. It's good.
GG's.
Like I said, these obviously don't need to be playing like you do with Dragon's Mind, as you were saying. You have to be able to play by Dragon's Mind, but then you can just set these and hold off. So this allows us to be able to just survive a turn and then come back. So if we get shifted or something like that, this can allow us to just...
So it's good against hand trap decks because hand traps don't affect it. It's good against the breaker decks because breakers don't affect it.
I was gonna say I prefer warnings over the Dragon's Mind, like you said. Like if you brick, warning can still get you a turn, whereas if you brick like Dragon's Mind, you're doing nothing. Like you have to be able to play to do Dragon's Mind.
And that card's broken against Malice.
Yeah.
100%. The other going first card was the Cartesians. Like I said, we just wanted to push out as much time, waste the fuse.
And it's good into breaker decks and it's good into hand trap decks again.
Yeah, it's like I said, and plus the fact that you're playing the Fallen stuff. The Fallen is obviously an effective special, so you have a normal summon, you can then effect special this, go for your Draco Tail lines, add Ketsu and then normal summon Lucius. So there's so many more ways that they have to play around, and then obviously we don't like retail, so we try to maximize the ways of going around it.
The main reason to play this is because into hand trap decks, it always trades 2 for 1, because you activate it, they hand trap it, you have it next turn, and then into breaker decks, if you're not going to get interrupted, you can use it as a level 4 tuner with Lucius. So you Secretarian Reborn and Lucius, and then you can make the Ecclesia Synchros, so it gives you 2 more ways, a lot of time to access the branded engine, which the branded engine is how you win a lot of the games, it's why your brand game is so good. So yeah, it was really solid to both.
The other one for going, then that was more of going first cards. Going second cards was the Berulia. That's for obviously K9 and Radiant Typhoon.
Basically everything is on Draco Tower.
Everything. To be fair, in my matchup, I actually just side out the Fuas and then just keep against Radiant, and then just keep those in because they can literally do everything they want and then without actually having to go into extra deck or their deck. So like I said, just Berulia standard needs to be there. And then the other going second parts was Mr. Pank himself. This was just another way to out die-fi or anti-spell or any little trouble so plugins that are there.
It's quite interesting because a lot of people saw this getting played at American Regionals last weekend, so they started cutting die-fis from their list, started playing like DDGs. I got Great People's Inscription. The card was still really solid. Like we kind of knew that going into the event, but this card at least trades 2 for 1 into the board. Like it's a quick effect which is working against Radiant Typhoon. It pops a card, it can pop Flame. So it trades really well into the Radiant and the Draco Tail boards regardless of what happens. And if your opponent just happens to have a die-fi on board, then he's there. I didn't pop a single die-fi, did you?
No. To be fair, like I said, the quick effects that are also good is like this one in the Ecclesia. Having those on field to then force them to always have interrupt for mandate is good. So you literally can just when they activate something, you just tribute this. They can't take mandate and everything like that. So having this in Ecclesia in rotation was very strong. And like I said, they got a normal summon, so we can just still play. And then the last card, which was another route, which was Duster.
Yeah, Duster was really keen for the siding patterns because originally in my list this was Magnet, and the siding patterns were Radiant Typhoon were missing 1 card, so we needed 1 card that could come from Radiant and Draco Tail, and so this kind of fit that spot. I know Corey played. He played Mag over the Judgment, just because he couldn't find the Judgment. But it still really works for the list because there's quite a lot of good first sides, so you can side in 1 more nib. But yeah, this was a Mag, and I destroyed a die-fi with it.
Let's go.
Then I set 1 pass.
Oh no.
Sometimes that's what needs to be done. But yeah, the list was absolutely clean. Shout out Josh. I know you're working very hard on this list.
Josh Schmidt, or?
No. The real Josh.
Okay.
Can the real Josh stand up? Yeah, but like I said, there was a lot of effort into it. I was
Shout out Connor for taking it there. Shout out
Connor for taking it there. Shout out all the guys that we travelled with as well. It wouldn't have been the trip without them. Look at all of them.
Tusaji.
But yeah, shout out JY as well, all day and every day.
Thanks to everyone who helped me build the list. Shout out Cormac and Jordan, really helped with the list. And shout out Ryu, if you're interested in these sleeves.
It's Rui.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy JY, and I got a deck profile here. It's my boy Christopher Nielsen.
Hello everyone.
I thought you were washed up.
Shout out to Jag, I'm not there apparently.
So yeah, we're at YCS Dortmund 2026. You finished 11th.
I did, yeah.
So close to making that top 8. Damn, Chris. Damn.
Yeah.
Love to see it, my guy.
Thankfully, a big shout out to Jag for on Friday, like literally 15 minutes before I was about to play VANQUISH K9. I heard Jag is playing Mitsurugi. You know, Habakir is my guy, and so I had to one last ride. And then, yeah, I decided like, Jag, come on, tell me. And his deck is really, really good. Really, really good. Like he fixed the deck. Everybody said it was dead, not playable. So many good players as well. Tom and more of the others said you shouldn't be playing the deck. I finished X2 day 1. I started going 6-0, then I lost to Droll and some unplayable stuff. And then I just went really deep day 2 as well. Unfortunately, I lost game 3 to Coldbind Talents.
It's rough.
Yeah, well, it's
big
good.
shout out to Jack.
Yeah, big shout out, man.
It's got Metafy, coach.
Check it out. You should.
So yeah, one Haba, no problem. Yeah, Mitsurugi.
No problem in it.
Alright, let's go.
It's gonna be a little bit different, but we're gonna explain. I'm gonna do some things what I like with the deck, and Jack will explain a little bit more because he's been testing in what I have. He won the last Open, the German Open, with basically the same idea. So we do 2 ritual, Moikumu. I didn't want to play free, and I'm glad you didn't play free as well, so you're clogging your hands. And then obviously the 1 Haba. I substituted this, we're playing 2 Manju in the main deck as well. It might be cloggy with Dominus Impulse, but you find out later why we're playing Manju as well. And Fuchu for the last ritual. And then consistency for Marzo. I didn't want to play free. I understand why you didn't want to play 2 either, because you played 2 Manju, so you didn't want to clog on normals. I imagine that's why I assume you're playing 2. And the second one, like instead of just playing 1, the second one come up where you have to is a starter. You can get Harbor, like for sure. So it's a really like you need to play 2. And then of course 1 of each of them.
Yeah, in testing I just started with 2 Futsu.
Yeah.
Because like I want to have more names and more combination with pure ritual spell. Then I figured out that you have like some hands that only have ritual spell or only have a ritual monster. So you need to have your starter to resolve. And people who are on small hand traps like they bell and ash you, so the ritual spells are dead. Before you had Habakiri and have more good 2-card combos. That's why I substituted, for example, we only played 2 rituals. That's why I substituted 1 ritual for Manju to get like the highest consistency in the deck. That was my main goal. Yeah, and you need 2 of them if you don't play Serpent, because like we have some hands where you use this from deck and then we want to ritual summon from hand, and like sometimes you need the second one to even resolve the ritual from hand. And yeah, post sides. Yeah, I just post side. We need more starters. Yeah,
we play a Serpent as well on the side. So going first against the roll, I think that was really cool. I did it multiple times as well. We can end on Dynamondo, extra rank 4 plays as well. So it come up really a lot. So I think that was really good. I like to do that. So it come up a lot.
Yeah, and the second Morocco mostly for Bestials.
Yeah. Bestial, if you hit that, you just summon the other one and blow out and then rotate on one. You doesn't have to go crazy to get it back for your Vanish pile. So I think that was really good as well.
Yeah, and into boards if they try to SP or Morocco more.
Yeah, and testing one of the games, one of my rounds, someone will come with free time before I activate the effect, just because you keep getting rid of it. So I keep it back and someone hit like. So just the second one definitely come up a lot for me throughout the round.
You also need the names and the resources in the deck to make it a better grind game.
Yeah.
Because like the main goal of this deck is like to break their board and set up Futsu with like trap and prayers and try to get into a grind game. So yeah, that was like the main idea of the deck, because it's it has a really strong engine, and you usually cannot OTK the opponent because like the decks are too strong.
Yeah.
And the decks cannot really deal with Futsu, especially with prayers if you can dodge their removal.
Yeah, if you try to like the new Fallen of the Virgil, if you try to pop it like the new quick play, or if you droplet it, if you try to play around and just let them droplet on someone back later, and then more common when you have to, and even the trap against the Typhoon deck. Most of the time when I got play against the Typhoon deck, I just let them, if they hit in my trap with I didn't chain it, or just let it go in and lane, and the turn when you have monsters, you just summon it. And yeah, I will continue what we're playing. So that was it for, and then we play 5-6 hand trap, then for searching obviously, and then just bells, because we didn't want to, the idea was like you didn't want to clock, so every time you went going first, you were able to play. So that's also why we play 3 extra. We play 1 pod, and then we also play 3 vision actually. So you can do draw phase because we play so many quick plays. So you can do this draw phase and then main phase so you can play. So it's like, that was really for the consistency. So every time you go first, you will be able to play.
Yeah, the vision, before I played Fuva loss in the main, but then I figured out like if you play Fuva, the deck is more consistent going second if it resolves, but the deck is less consistent going first. And this also fixed consistency and the issue with the MST deck and Flame, because it helps to resolve your engine, and so it solves 2 problems at one time. That's why I really liked it, and the combination with doing this in draw phase and then extravagance after, it's like super cool.
There's more cards, so you have more plays as well, because you can't ash this, you can't ash that. Like you have prayers as well. There's so many cards you have to interact with. So you can't. There's 6 cards you have to interact with the ash or the belt. So you have to have a 2-card combination, and that means then if you don't draw Manju or Almas or something like that, you have to interact with this first. And even if you do that, like one of the games, I summoned my Manju, he impermed it, and just changed this on it, and then just played around it. This is one of the best cards right now in my opinion. Like the dodging, and this one as well should be in every deck. Like 3 of them. And then like Jack said, we only play 2 ritual because you didn't want to clog on them. And then we played the MST for division, so you can. And then I play Cold Buy, and we play the Trap in main.
Yeah, I mean like the MST, as I said, is like to resolve your ritual spells against Draco Tail. And,
and help another way to dodge as well with their droplet, and this one they always resolve against Draco Tail.
And it's an okay interruption if you draw it, so that was the idea behind it. I really wanted to play 3 Bell because like Bell is super great into Draco Tail and Radiant
Typhoon against.
Because it's like you can always adjust your playstyle. You can either hit the Albas, you can keep it for Flame if they don't draw it. You can hit Crossair in the draw phase.
For sure.
Yeah, but I played 3 Bell and no Cold Play, for example. Then I figured out like
you need
my starters need to resolve, then I'm fine in the game. And so I just, because like Cold Play is kind of an extender, because like 1 play always get protected. It's not the best card going second into the decks right now. It's okay.
It's okay. It was good though. Like so I feel a little bit more safe when I had it. Like as well, like so I could play, because like I said, if I got to play, there wasn't a game I didn't want. If I got to play. And then a side deck, we played a heavy Charmy lineup, and then we play Shifter, more Draco Tail Hate, and then we'll play Serpent when you start, so you can play around Droll a little bit better, like your hands, like you do things, and then 2 Infirm. And then we sided the 3 dominance impulse. We don't main it, so we decide to side deck them. So you take out the Manjus and all of that out, and then we'll take this in, so you have a better matchup against Draco Tail going second. And then when you go first, you just take the Manjus in, you can have a consistent deck and play this and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, the main deck is built to beat Draco Tail and Radiant. So against full combo decks, it's like super hard going second if you don't try any hand traps. So I decided to play many hand traps in the side to fix those matchups. Fuva on the side is not 100% needed against Draco Tail. It's just more for like the K9 shit decks.
It's good against with the Branded, because if you start Branded Fusion, they give you at least 3 draws if you want a full combo. So it's like a way to make them not play anymore. So I liked it as well. And Luna Lights, a man over there with the camera, he jinxed me, and then I played against 2 Lunar Lads in a row, and we don't have any out. You can see that in a minute. I don't have any out in that deck, but I'm actually got really lucky. Shout out to Fred for John's Playground.
What, you played versus Fred?
No, they told me what the cards did, so I didn't know how to interact with it. Otherwise, I had no idea.
Yeah, and many people against Radiant. So I decided to play more hand traps to fix the going second matchup. And like, we don't even side out many cards going first. We only side out 2 bad if they're not
if that bad.
And side in Serpent and
somebody else that's good against. Yeah, good against Shift. That's good against the deck.
Because we want to keep the low impact quick spells going first to get the consistency with vision.
So you can play. Then the extra deck for the extra, we play 2. This one come up so much, 2 of them. Like I won so many rounds because I played 2. I made this once, maybe. I made this more than this. He told me as well for follow up, and also if you Femina in end phase, you do this, bounce back, and you can play in that turn as well. So this one was way better, like in this one. So I'm really glad we played more of this. And then 2 of this, so if you hit it with nip, play 1 extra ton. Like it's just like try to bait them to like you can play it and activate your rituals afterwards if you don't interact with you.
Yeah, it's mainly for Draco Tail with retaliating C post side that we have like a lot of pressure on the board.
So you can normally you have to interact, otherwise you just extra time board wipe them and then you play afterwards, so you will be fine. Just someone in defense, you can't even activate Sting.
Yeah. And then
we'll play 2 I made this once, only one of them I made this. So it could be somebody else, but you said to come over
muy famoso. Es que el padre es de morro.
I usually don't end on this in my first turn. It's more in the grind game when they have like cards like Virtues or Trigger Effects in end phase.
Pues le ha ido bien, de repente.
This is for the
ha salido en varios VCS, tops, ha ganado
game 1 I don't
regios.
summon it, but like when I play against Radiant post side, I always try to attach MST, so they have to commit another.
Creo que su primer top fue con Altergeist.
That was really good again. I made it against that deck as well, so you could take the MST, you had to use another one to play into, and you're just waiting for. You have to tax for more combo as well, so many cards you have to play around. I think that's really good. And then for the quick play, before it's free fusion and the synchro, you can send for an extra interaction.
Yeah, you need after extravagance, you need at least 2 names in the extra deck to resolve both of them.
Yeah.
So it was really needed, and this is nice for like.
Just an extra bonus is like to pop one of the interactions and stuff like that.
Yeah, the first turn board is usually you add nip, end on Futsu and IP.
Yeah.
So I mean, like the people can play into it with a good hand, but they lose in turn 3.
Yeah.
So we try to
Pero,
them.
0 grados.
Yeah, this is really good for follow up. It doesn't come up that much. Like
I did it sometime against Dragotail, like Toby, like so you can play around nip. So if you try to do it instead of doing this, you make SP on top, and then to try to nip, you just banning both.
This is also super important against Dragotail because like you want to you summon this to Etibiru to kill all their bodies, and if you end on, for example, IP and Futsu with Murakomo and they have 5 mana and bounce your ritual monsters, then you're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
So I always try to summon this after Granite, so when they use 5 mana, I can just protect my bodies with banishing them. Yeah, so we just try to chill against Dracotail because they cannot really remove your bodies. You always dodge, and you get so much follow-up and protect your Futsu with the small bodies.
That was how I won in 15. I did that. Like if Femina tried to bounce, I didn't activate my mirror yet. So I mirrored to someone else, board wiped, and they made Dynamondo to shuffle back and then played. So it like was really.
Yeah, the general theory of the deck is like it doesn't really have like auto lose card side roll sometimes.
Yeah.
While other decks struggle against the floodgate monsters like Tristia or like the Invader and stuff. And the deck is super great into boards.
Yeah, I played really well into board. Like just to having more combo in general, just to break pressure and then drop it with the quick plays as well. Like help you so much like to play into boards instead of just like losing right away. Where I feel like I've been playing it for quite a while now, but this thing is just perfect. I wouldn't change the cards. Yeah, it's really good.
Mi primer Radiant Typhoon.
Hey guys, this is Ty. We just got 10th place at YCS Dortmund. This 300 YCS. Ty, tell us. What did you do?
Sí.
How do you feel?
Sí.
I feel surprised. I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't really test at all. Just I picked up the deck at first day. Thought it fits my playstyle really well. So then I just decided to give it a try, and then it worked out really well.
So you went 13 and 2?
I went. No, I went 12 and 3.
12-3, okay.
Otherwise I would have topped, but I think it's fine.
So every X2 made top?
Every X2 made top, and I was like the 10th place.
Okay, okay. Unfortunate. But yeah, still great performance, congrats.
Thank you very much.
And what did you play?
I played Radiant Typhoon.
Radiant Typhoon?
First of all, I wanted to give a couple shout-outs before I forgot. Shout-out from everyone from Halle who borrowed me cards. Especially Florian, I got the card from him. Also shout out to all the supporters, Iocop. At all, but for the main deck, we play 3 Eldem. This is the best starter. Well, the best starter is not named Corsia, but it's Corsia, so it's fine. 3 Sven. Yeah, more consistency, it gets you into Eldem. So, and then I decided to play one Megara. Oh, shout out to Nico and shout out to Levin as well for basically giving me a lot of ideas for just like most of the deck list. I was on more on this before, but in the end we decided to cut them for like more non-interest stuff, more non-interest spaces. So this went down. I was fine with it. It is cool to draw it sometimes hard, but otherwise want to find you always search it, so it's good enough. Then the best card in the main deck, you always want to resolve it, and the opener always want to negate it. The Corsair, free as well. There's not really much explain about it. And then one of each big guy. This is like also really standard, not really anything to explain about. Then for additional monsters, I decided to play 2 Sheep Heroes. This is more Eldam, so you have more. The problem on this deck is lacks some type of consistency, so you need to fill in something, and then they didn't want to play pots, so I decided to play the Sheep Hero. And it was fine, it worked out.
Did you think about playing tanky, or did you just prefer Sheep area?
I thought about playing tanky, but the problem on tanky is like going in the mirror match is like a really bad card going second.
Yeah, just getting MSC, right?
Just getting MSC, so this is much better. You're getting Eldam for free, so it's fine.
Makes sense, yeah.
And having Eldam is like much more better than having like Sven, so it worked out very well. And then for the non-engine monsters, I play Fushina. This is like one of the main reasons for playing this deck because it can save you a couple of games actually. There's like some unwinnable states. Open the activate monster effect and then you just like bounce the whole field and then just like having a free heal to OTK. I never really bounced backward with it, so I can say, but the monsters was fine. But maybe free is too cloggy sometimes, but I think you want to see it at least once, so free is like...
You kind of want to draw it, right?
Yeah, you kind of want to draw it, but you don't never want to see 2, which also happens a couple of times. Well, yeah, otherwise, yeah, and then this is, I regretted really playing this card in the main deck, 3 Fuvalas. I always drew 2 of it going first. I don't even know how I won this game. I drew like combinations of this going first. I don't know, it doesn't do anything, like you cannot play. But I got kind of afraid of Fiendsmith Yami. It was going wrong on Friday in the venue and I wanted to have something in it for it, so they stopped playing immediately, so I thought like this was the best.
Did you face any Fiendsmith Yami?
1.
Did you win the dice roll?
I won the dice roll.
Perfect.
And going second, I resolved it, but you gave me 1 draw. And I break the monsters. And he had defense, so I couldn't spend something about my guys. Yeah, otherwise, I don't think you should play this card in the main deck at all, I think.
Totalmente. Lo bueno es que está...
Because, like going first, also with man rate...
O sea, la hand trap como tal de que te lo queda vientos... Perdón, no que te lo queda bien, que solo es teniendo vientos, etcétera.
Then for the spare cards, 3 Clans, 3 Visions,
3 Chanters,
2 Elation, no, 2 Ascendants, sorry.
Ascendants?
2 Ascendants, and I think 1 Manifestation.
Oh, you played Foolish?
Yeah, just like Search of MC, so...
Okay.
For the lineup, like this is like kind of standard. This is also... I want to boost the consistency for having like Corsair with MSCs and chain locking, so we decided to play one of these, and it was fine. Going second, I decided to opt out 1 of these each. It was okay. Then obviously, 3 Mystical Space Typhoon.
Bam! MST in 2026.
MST in 2026. We are like that.
Then
for
Absolute Cinema.
Then for the non-engine quick spells, play 3 droplets.
Te aviso.
It's droplet. What can I say? Droplet. Then one also like really interesting choice, which I didn't really agree with, but I didn't have any time, so I just took the idea. There's only 2 opponents for virtues.
Interesting.
Cannot really explain why to be honest. But you can loop them anyways with mandates, so it's fine to just have to do it. So you're just like seeing them less often just opening hand, and there were cards which we wanted to play more.
Fair enough, and it worked out.
Then followed by also for Ash. This is like one of the cards that we also added in for that we needed a space for. Code by.
I mean, it's quite neat to be able to recycle your cold buy and activate it multiple turns.
I never drew it, but I did it.
Yeah,
I never drew it, but I did it. Yeah, also going second, this card is like insane against Femina, against Ashes. Perulia. Yeah, but going first also against Perulia, so belts, whatever. You name it, you can choose it. Then, 1 talents. This is, I think, the most interesting choice in this deck. But realistically, if you have talent, you're starting to play in the main phase still, because nobody plays on the main deck. And then if you get stopped, you have talent for drawing 2, which is like still fine. You can draw 3 spells, you can draw 2 life cards, so 1 talent was really good. Also against Draco going second is also really good for just like taking away all the pressure from their hand, like with Femina, they have to chain it, for example, or just like other cards. So talent was really good for me. I will play it again this deck. And then for the last card, 1 shot card. Just 1.
The Heart and Soul.
The Heart and Soul, just 1. You never need really more than 1.
Yo la calé en todos los
it was really good, yeah.
Sí, ¿no?
40 main deck, because
Yo
you are afraid
todavía
of
seguía
picking.
viendo.
Yeah. 40 extra deck. Feeling.
Yo no había
There
notado
was
que no
Super
estuvieran.
and
Yo
no
que grabo
useless
los
cards.
cards.
There's a lot of space, so you can play free link. Win was actually broken because I played a couple mirror matches. It helped me for OTKing. It helped me to play because I took their Crusader. Also, it helped me to get plays because I often made 2 win monsters which were negated and crashed into opponent and it's searched to play. So this card was insane. This card for OTKing, I did a couple times for OTKing. The Great Fly.
Such a great fly.
Never really made it often, so yeah, but it was really good. This one is also fine, part of the Emperor piece. DD Crow, just like shoving it back every time. Especially with like Bonus Virtues and Albion, you can shove them always back, so really good. So you stop the resource loop from their part on. SP never made it, but it was there for being there in this case. Like you survive and do not have game on turn 3, which never happens. Spoiler. Totem Bird. This, if you have like really good combo, you make this at the end of the day on your Emperor piece. This one, I never remade it, but it has some niche applications. You can do it. Play around hands, obviously, for sales was fine, but I never really summoned it. But it's there, so the utility. 1 Typhon, simple game saves. People play hand traps, so it's fine. Then the pawn package. You don't really need Dogma. Yeah, you don't really need
No,
Dogma.
siento que el
so you
totem
just
está
have
muy
to play
roto,
two of
güey.
this. Because you never research in the interface anyways.
Sí, siento que viene mucho.
Especially because Katisha can
Sale
recycle
contra
Albion.
muchos matchups.
Maybe, but
pero
like I said, it took most of the idea, so I didn't really thought about it. This for first round because they probably will not play around because they never expected it. But you have to play
esta está buena, contra
and then this,
Cristóbal.
actually also for Draco and Red because you can summon it actually. It's like 2-5 body.
Makes sense.
So yeah, you have the space. Why not playing it?
And there's also no extravagance, so
Yes,
you
no
just don't
extravagance.
care.
Yeah, so exactly. That's why the extra is like built like that. Also no super poly because in testing it was like really underwhelming going first drawing it, and going second is like also you win against Regulator. You can win against Regulator without super poly. With if you have a good enough engine hand, and super poly doesn't really fix the problem, right? So it takes away 2 bodies, which like doesn't really do anything against you. It just clears the body, so we decided to play against it. For the side deck, for the mirror match, play 3 Purulia. It was good. Drew a couple times. Also for like mirror match and Regulator, decided to play these 6 cards. At the beginning it was our Cyclone, but decided to play this because it also stops the trap, so it's fine enough. Also you have done something, you cover up also Mitsurugi decks, you cover up the mirror match and like stupid decks that will try to FTK you, or it's like Luna Light, something like that, so you have at least something in the deck. Then 1 Magnamus against like the teams with Yami deck, the Yami deck. It can also search Sheena because Sheena's a dragon.
That's true.
So I never redrew it. I tried it a couple of times, but I never redrew it. Also against Pure or something like that, or things that would try to OTK you, or FTK you. Yeah.
Or people that try to invade you or Crystal you.
Yeah, for example, like some Sanctifier stuff or something like that. Then 3 Lava Golem.
Damn.
This is against Lunite because we have no out. But I play against one Lunite, didn't draw it, so I never really decided it. Also, yeah, you also side in this against Spellcaster decks and Vader decks. You name it, just like also it has some applications, fine. And then 2 Pancratops. This is the same reason for Lava Golem basically. But I didn't really like it because first of all I never really saw it, and if I saw it, it was pretty weird. So yeah.
Perfect, Ty. So
that's it.
Once again, congrats on your 10th place here in Voices Dortmund.
Thank you.
And yeah, any last words?
No.
See you next time.
See you next time.
I was thinking about playing double Cyclone on the main, but I think
to this new deck profile today. We have Static Ackerman, who got top 16 at the 300 YCS.
Well, hello.
He was the best player of the tournament, and he also played the deck the last couple
y nos
months
vamos a
at 3
medir.
YCS as well, and top Lil as well. So he's very experienced.
Hello guys, welcome
And
back.
With the new hits of Habakiri, the deck got somewhat more inconsistent.
Ahí me te
But I
regalas,
think he
Camilla.
found a great solution.
Sí, 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 lo vi. Sí le grabamos profile.
so. As you already said, I played
Grande el Kakashi.
Fine. 1 Habakiri, sadly only 1 now.
Hello guys, welcome to this new deck profile today. We have Static Ackerman, who got top 16 at the 300 YCS in Dortmund. He was the best Mitsurugi player of the tournament, and he also played the deck for the last couple months at 3 YCS as well, and top Lil as well. So he's very
No vi
experienced.
video del profile.
And with the new hits of Habakiri, the deck got somewhat
No,
more
no,
inconsistent.
no lo he
But I think
subido.
he found a great
No lo he
solution
subido
for
porque no me lo han mandado a mi amigo
So,
que
as
fue.
you already said, I played Mitsurugi. Fine. 1 Habakiri, sadly only 1 now. but it's fine. We play some extra consistency that I'll show you later. 2 Murakumo, 2 Futsu. 2-2 is better than 3-1, even though this is technically better to draw with the ritual spell as well, because you need multiple names in rotation. Because if you have to tribute a ritual for the same ritual, then it's kind of weird to play after that. Yeah. Then for like consistency, we now play 1 Manju because we don't play Impulse anymore in the main deck, because I think it's not really great in the format against Radiant Typhoon and stuff. So decided to play it on the side, and then the 2 small names, of course, have to play them. 3 ritual spell, 3 prayers, 3 pre-prep. Not much to say here. I mean, these are the best cards. If you draw this with a ritual monster,
dice que les tocó
you
esperar
beat
porque
any
está
load
cerrado por
effects,
los pedos que voy.
like Ash, Bell, Veiler, everything. And these cards are
¿Cómo?
the best starters, prayers and pre-prep.
¿Estar en Monterrey todavía?
Have to play it and trap.
¿O a qué te refieres?
You need this for your board when you go first, because without it, with only Magatama, your board wouldn't be strong enough, especially against Radiant Typhoon when they play Breakers. And even if they snipe this with MSG, you can still use the Grave Effect, which I think I use the Grave Effect more than I use the Negate Effect, because it functions like a Prayers in the Grave, but they can't interact with it. So Prayers they can pop with MSG, but this is just in Grave and can always dodge stuff like Droplet on Futsu or something.
Pero les tocó esperar ¿dónde? ¿En el aeropuerto o cómo? No entiendo.
Possible to beat, get all the follow-up with Futsu and then you just nip them, win. 1 Shifter, that's the 41th card. Maybe I should have played this in the main deck, because I think it's quite bad against Radiant. I mean, it's obviously good against Dracotail. Fortunately, I never drew it against Radiant, only against Lunalight and Dracotail. Then for the consistency, like I said, because Harakiri said 1, we play the 4 pots, but the quick spell as well, alongside 1 MSTP Search. These cards don't conflict, because you can just use this in draw phase and then selectivate this. It's kind of weird with Prosperity, but it's fine. Like sometimes they ash this and you can pros, and you can still search MST with this, which is also fine. And you need the consistency of the Prosperity, because now that Hava is at 1. The deck is actually quite consistent, I would say. I only bricked once. I only drew 1 hand where I had to pass going first, where I didn't have any plays. So yeah, I think this is pretty good, and with this being able to search MST as well, I think it's a phenomenal card. Then I decided to play Breakers and no hand traps except for the Shifter and Nip. So I played the 3 Lightning Storms and the Duster, as well as some quick plays to dodge stuff like Flame and the MSG. I think these are obviously the best dodges. I was thinking about playing Double Cyclone in the main, but I think these are just better because they also help you go in first, especially this, when you get into a grind game, always being able to re-add itself is kind of broken. And then I think these are like the best breakers in combination with these, because when you draw any combination of these, or with the MSG, or one of these cards, you pretty much already beat the full Radiant board, especially when you have these two. Just activate Lightning Storm, then I try to negate it, you droplet, send this, negate the monster, negate the totem bird, everything. Yeah.
Okay, did you face any rogue decks, or?
I played against 3 Malice, which I would say is rogue now, and against 2 Lunalight. Against those decks,
Gracias, güey, sí es en Guatemala.
with the breakers,
¿Qué onda, Fernando? No, lo siento. Sí me hubiera gustado ir, pero pasa esto. El mismo fin de semana hay regional en la ciudad donde yo nací. Se llama Villahermosa, en Tabasco. Y ya había comprado boletos. Y, o sea, el regional no importa, más que nada es porque es donde vive mi familia. Y pues, la verdad sí prefiero estar con mi familia un buen rato. Los mexicanos ocupamos visa para ir a Guatemala, ¿neta? No, no, no.
I play 2 SP, 2 IP.
Estoy leyendo que no, güey.
Extravagance.
Literal.
I do also like this at 2. I make 2 a lot of times in grinder games. When you don't want to use your prayers, you just make this. I was thinking about playing Gorgon, but because there's not much Mitsu and not
sí, desgraciadamente fue en las mismas fechas. Sí, no con muchísimo gusto me hubiera gustado.
Yeah, also no dark because like all the decks
pero sí.
Some rank 4s,
la verdad sí.
Tornado Dragon, never made these, but,
prefiero estar con mi familia.
to draw 2
De todas formas voy a enviar al team. Creo que todo el team va a ir.
Granite to search the nip, as well as one Typhon, also never
De
made
hecho,
this,
algún
but
país solo ocupan
still good in
DNI.
theory, I think.
Yo
And then
he visto que
targets
sí,
for the
como
Granite
medida
Quickstars
recíproca cuando México
4,
pidió
because
la
you don't
visa a
want to
los
banish
guatemaltecos.
2 with extra and only have 1 left, so I played 2 of this because it's the most important one, and then 1 Ecclesia. So when you activate the second one,
No le conviene a Guatemala pedir la visa a México. No sé si le pide México visa a Guatemala.
So I think the extra is quite good. Then I sided on Wosu just for Lunar Light basically.
Sí, sí pide.
I'll show you later. So you put them on one tower and then.
Es que México le pide visa a toda Latinoamérica, casi casi.
Especially this deck, better than Fuva, I mean, because I don't really like playing Chummies against Dracotail. Fuvalos is not even that good when it resolves. They still end on like 3 traps, Famina in hand with 1 or 2 draws. And when they ash your Chummy, you basically lose on the spot. So
¿Toda ocupa visa mexicana para entrar?
Against Radiant, I think
No, Colombia no.
Phenomenal. So I didn't think I need Fuvalos for the other matchups. I think Purulia is just fine. 3 Diffuser for going first. Yeah, I mean, this card is broken. Sided in against Luna Dracotail, and then you just go through your whole deck, do the Garrus, draw 2, and when you draw this card, you win. I mean, I did draw 2 against 1.
Y tampoco a Costa Rica.
Then 3 Impulse, 3 Imperm, these are the hand traps that I side in. These are also some cards
Son para Colombia también y
breakers,
Costa Rica.
and usually I side out some droplets as well. So for a combination of these cards, these 9 cards, depending on which matchup I'm playing. These cards also.
Lo más interesante es que a Estados Unidos no se les pide visa a los chilenos. Interesante.
Yeah, and this is also good against the Canine decks, which the Purilias also I forgot to mention. I think this is also better against like VANQUISH Soul and Canine decks. That's why I'm also playing this over Fuva. And then 2 double cycles for the last 2 cards. Just I think post side this is the best dodge. It's better than the branded quick spell or droplet, because you activate this against Dracotail on their flame target and you pop the Sting or the Horn. Usually Sting because it's a very annoying card from this deck. Yeah, so I think post side this card is better to play it in the main because yeah, that's it for the
Pues sí.
Okay.
O sea, no es un buen argumento, pero sí.
I think for the YCS especially, this deck was very well positioned, but
my YouTube channel. This weekend at YC Stormont I'm in top 16, getting 15 place. I lost round 3-4 and round 15. I should have been top 8 because last round I misplayed. Happens, whatever. Yeah, made top 16, prizes, prize cards, whatever. I played Yummy Fieldsmith. Before we started off the deck profile, a couple shoutouts. Shoutouts to Christian Urena for building the deck with me, and Luca Mamula, mainly helping building me the list. Shoutouts to Tom Menzel, Josh, Jonte, all the guys from Discord, Gustav, all the guys who lended me cards, Marco, yeah, all the guys from Discord. Yeah, that's basically it. Let's get into this. Play 40 cards, of course. 3 Capsi, 3 Marsh. Marshmallow is a way better start in this deck because we played a trap, so Marshmallow is actually quite full combo through Ash. And then 2 of the bad names, I guess. You could have played more lollies, but we wanted to keep it 40 and still have 20 hand traps, so yeah. Those are all the names. Yeah, and 3 PV right map, of course, to search the Capsi. Then for the bricks, the 4 bricks in there, basically both field spells, the surprise and...
Creo que voy a jugar troll al main.
This is the new card from the new set. So basically the theory is you place it with Marshmallow whenever you take out a synchro. His effect is during each step phase you gain 100 life points, your opponent loses 100 life points, doesn't really matter. It has the same condition as the Link 1, that you can use it during each player's main phase or during your opponent's battle phase. You can send itself and another face up Yummy Monster to graveyard and then non-target bounce 1 card from either side of the field or either graveyard. And in the graveyard you can banish it and then foolish a Yummy card. And this card was great the whole weekend, not only to play through Ash Blossom. So if you go special Marsh, Link 1, plays Field Spell, Reborn Marsh, and you make Synchro 2 to add to, the add you can take out special this, place this, and then later Fiendsmith you can dump Capsi with the birth from it and then effect add it back to the hand. Fiendsmith you can dump Capsi with the birth from it and then effect add it back to the hand on Marsh, and you make Synchro 2 to add to, the add you can take out special this, place this, and then later Fiendsmith you can dump Capsi with the birth from it and then effect add it back to the hand. So you can still get to Capsi if you play this card. It's also just another layer of place this, and then later Fiendsmith you can dump Capsi with the birth from it and then effect add it back to the hand.
So you can still get to cups if you play this card. It's also just another layer of interruption to the end board, especially into cards like Drop It or Crown. A lot of people are playing, they can Crown or Drop It your splash sheet and it's stuck on the field. And with this you can easily send it to graveyard for cost and then rewind it later, for example, with Surprise. And also it helps you just beat Fuba when you draw Marshmallow, you don't have to give a lot of draws and still end on a respectable board. Yeah. Then just a small fees of 2 Graver, 1 Lurry, 1 Lacrima, 1 Track. Those are more starters.
Hey, Velan Brown, gracias por el raid.
And extenders as well. And then there's 20 engine cards and 20 hand traps, 3 Ash, 3 Bell, 3 Mana, 3 Vader, 2 Perulia, 3 Imperm, 3 Purge. No Fuba's ass in this deck because we cannot break any half boards with this deck. We have to stop our opponent completely from playing.
Un raid.
Like, they activate Rahu, we Fuba them, they get 5 mana double trap maybe. Like, we're never beating that. So we actually just need to stop them instantly, which Fuba does not help you really. This card is better than Fuba because it was earlier. Every deck really has to put it in the field, and then you go and can instantly hand tap that monster. So this card is better in this deck. All the other hand traps are quite self-expanding. Yeah.
¿Cómo el stream? Es 2 horas, ahí vamos. Ya mero acabábamos. Nos faltan 2 deck profiles. De puro Yu-Gi-Oh!
To bridge between the engines. It also helps you to play around Nip sometimes.
Estamos
all the other hand traps are quite
profiles.
self-expanding.
Yeah. Deck profiles de un torneo de Yu-Gi-Oh! En Dortmund. No sé si...
40 cards. Extra deck. The Yamis.
English Yu-Gi-Oh! Es English alemán. Bueno, el torneo fue en Alemania y estamos viendo las decklists. Voy a dejar su follow, chicos. Gracias, gracias. Sí, fue en Dortmund, en Alemania. Entonces estamos revisando algunas decklists para ver cómo se juegan algunos decks, etc. Estamos cerca de Estados Unidos de un aeropuerto de Japón. Que de uno de Chile. Eso sí te creo, Alberto.
Those are more starters, and of course they just increase the power of your end board and extenders as well.
A ver,
You can easily send it to graveyard for cost.
Aquí me quedé, luego me distraje por el raid.
And also it helps you just beat Fuba when you draw Marshmallow, you don't have to give a lot of draws and still end on
Voy a
a
dejar su follow,
respectable
chicos, gracias.
Then just a small fees of 2 Graver, 1 Lurry, 1 Lacrima, 1 Track.
Solo un tracto.
Those are more starters, and of course they just increase the power of your end board and extenders as well.
Pero se me hace extraño que solo un tracto.
This is 20 engine cards and 20 hand traps, 3 Ash, 3
Gracias
Bell,
por el follow,
3 Mana,
Mash.
3 Vader, 2 Perulia, 3 Imperm, 3 Purge. No Fuba's ass in this deck because we cannot break any half boards with this deck. We have to stop our opponent completely from playing. If they make a flake, like Jake could say, for example, if they activate Rahu, we Fuba them, they get 5 mana double trap maybe. Like, we're never beating that. So we actually just need to stop them instantly, which Fuba does not help you really. This card is better than Fuba because it was earlier. Every deck really has to commit any monster to the field, and then you go and can instantly hand trap that monster. So this card is better in this deck.
Interesante, Pancho de Chile jugó un Fuga y aquí la crossout. Y aquí no se jugó Fuga.
Yeah, not much explain. Big Regal, not much explain. Gravity controller, to bridge between the engines. It also helps you to play around Nip sometimes. Rip Rodokos to get into your Fiends with stuff. SP, not only of course SP, but also you need it in the combo for the Belfamid, for the lock pulse side. Markraker, probably the best card in my whole extra deck. This card was great the whole weekend.
Beats with Yumi?
Pretty sure I have not activated one Markraker effect this weekend. But you always end on this because of the protection effect.
¿Juegas Yu-Gi-Oh, Mash?
Vete
atrás, recuerdos de Vietnam, Tenpai.
It was great to just outwork.
Este es un putero, creo que Pancho jugó igual escondido.
Was great. Requiem, Sequence, not much explain. The Lacrima, I think I said it 2 or 3 times, came up a lot. Definitely worth playing. No Desiree, you don't really need it, I never missed it. Then Belfamid, part of your combo, game 1, usually you either send the cookie or lolly, whatever you're missing.
Eso de hacerle foolish a tu Yumi,
I did the combo on stream
está
where
pasado de verga.
your lolly. So against MST, you can at any point vanish this from the wave, special summon the lolly and put back the MST. So yeah. It's another day of control. And then last, I don't know.
De hecho, Chris Abrena jugó también Fizz Me Yumi en Guadalajara.
Guards, of course. Side tech. Free Fuba.
¿Puedo do links to Master Duel? Nice. También jugamos Master Duel aquí en stream. Ayer estuvimos jugando Master Duel.
We don't side it in against MST. I do side it against Detail though. But I think I activated maybe one Fuba the whole weekend.
Julio Wallace ganó el regio con eso. Ah, sí. ¿Qué onda, Isra? ¿No te llegó la notificación? No pasa nada.
Probably the best side card. No cap. I think I drew it like
5 or 6 times. You just always decide it in going second. You take out all the fields with stuff, take this in, and more hand traps, and it's just...
Creo que me gustó más la lista de Julius que la de Punch.
I summoned it 3 times all weekend. You didn't really need it, to be honest. Yeah, but it was still there. It's good. And then 4 boy for going fast and 3 summons. Yeah, that was quite it. That's all. I'm gonna do probably more crossing about this deck, some combos or something like that. And yeah, that's all. Until next.
A ver.
Congratulations on your top 16. So who are you and what did you play?
I'm Fabian. I played a breaker variant of Yum, and it worked out really well.
Oh, nice, nice. Let's see, what did you play exactly?
So first for the Yummy cards, it's 3 Cupsy, and then 3 Marshmallow, and then 2 and 2 of both Cookie and Lollipop. This is just consistent enough to just usually open at least one name, which for Yummy obviously is full combo if you're going first, and going second you don't want to see too many names because it will harm the chances of actually seeing breakers.
Breaker Yummy está interesante.
Wouldn't change anything about those ratios. For the rest of the Yummy cards, it's just 2 surprise, and I've chosen to still play both of the field spells. Because the utility of just having the pop with a Croaky comes in way too often for me to
Doble surprise
get in a
está
controlling
paso de
game,
lanza.
which is what I'm going for. It's not usually an OTK variant, but it does actually happen. The control variant of having the second field spell and also being able to recycle from Vanish is too important for me to not play. And as a secondary starter engine, I'm playing 3 Engage and Hornet Drones. And because I'm playing a quick play heavy variant, I am also playing 1 Widow Anchor as an additional search target. The Widow Anchor itself didn't come up as much. It's more so that the additional target for Engage definitely came up, and it has given me many
Hola, Ifritag.
throughout the weekend at least.
Gracias por pasarte por el raid de Belén.
Bonus of just additional draws is just
Por el follow.
Would you
Thank
keep it with the
thank
Widow
you.
Anchor, or would you change it with another Sky Striker spell?
In hindsight, maybe
Estamos revisando el deck profile de la YCS, torneo de Yugi que se jugó en Alemania.
I keep this in. If I go second, I side 2 of these. I side an Engage and the Widow Anchor out of the deck. Because it just doesn't have enough impact for the board breaking specifically. So the Widow Anchor is fine.
También jugamos Master Duel, gente de Twitch.
I don't think it's of that much importance. Personal preference. For the
Pero nuestro main focus es
3 Fallen the Virtuous, which might actually be the most popular quick play of the format. Then I am main decking 1 Called By because I am already on a high quick play count. 3 Droplets, which just an insane card. And then I am also main decking 3 copies of
¿Vas a jugar eso para el regional de Jalapa?
Came up a lot. It's unexpected for most opponents, especially game 1. It just turns off a body essentially, and that can really just be enough to accept just finish a combo for someone, or make sure that they can't actually get to a decent end board, or at the same time that they're not able to actually play into your board because the card is just hard stuck on the field.
And were you happy with your choice of playing breakers instead of hand traps?
Yeah, for sure. I felt beforehand that hand traps were too slow. It's just trading 1 for 1, and if your opponent has the additional extender, you just lose. And at the same time, even if you trade equal, you can most of the time end up in like a top deck war, which for Yummy, if you see a name, it's good, but otherwise you just draw like another hand trap and it's kind of useless. And if they get a starter that doesn't actually interact with that specific hand trap, and you just lose anyway.
So this always works?
This is way more flexible, you have way more room in your interaction.
En el YCS me tocó ver a alguien a mi lado, de hecho estaba jugando contra Christian Arena, de que jugaba las Crowns en el deck, pero no sé qué tan buena idea está. Como ya me cansé del Draco, Pro Breaker, mínimo se logró el top en Quatsa. No, pero con el float, no, mejor jugarlo con Yumi, ¿no?
And Radiant Typhoon Vision actually helps a lot with that, and with the amount of quick plays I'm playing, it's consistently always up. And it just, yeah.
No sé si valga la pena.
It's been ashed so many times as well.
No.
Because on my turn I'll go draw.
Yo diría que no.
Activate this, and people think you are playing Radiant.
Bueno, pero tú dices. Además, Draco
stand by main, you normal summon Cupsy, and then
con Fallen of the White Dragon está paso adelante.
It's misled a lot of people on the just thinking that I'm on the wrong, or putting them on the wrong foot rather. Just they're making some.
Muy breaker esa lista.
The one of the search.
Just if I have multiple copies and I don't feel the need to discard the one of the other, and I feel MST is good in the matchup, I can just add it. Usually also just going second, I'll side one of each out, because going second it provides a lot less value, and I'd rather see specific hand traps or other specific breakers.
Okay, sounds good.
And then for the last part, so the actual small part of hand traps that I am playing, I felt 3 full loss in the main deck was mandatory this format. I think I saw them 2 or 3 times during the entire weekend when I went second. So I won most of my dice rolls, so when I went first, they were kind of useless in my hand, but I can still normal summon and make all mirage.
Sí, ser igual a GG, tú metiendo con el Elflow Finsmith.
And I didn't see him a lot, but it's...
o que te lo hagan a ti jugando tu Draco.
And then I played triple Imperm and triple Purge. Because I wanted to play hand traps that wouldn't actually make Canine variants live. I wanted to play hand traps that wouldn't play into the Talents cards, Thrust cards, because I expected a bit more of the Breaker variants, and that also turns up the amount of Thrust and Talents that are being played in the format. So this
Lo siento por mi mal español, no puedo hablar español, pero puedo escribir bien, soy de Canadá.
It can hit the Crosshair, it can hit the...
Don't worry, Mash.
It can,
you can type in English as well.
Like the Arthelion on summon, so you...
we can understand both languages.
Usually, if you have a decent hand, will end up favorable for you.
Sounds good.
Tengo un viewer que es de Estados Unidos, que ahorita está durmiendo. Siempre escribe en inglés, pero siempre le respondo en español.
I genuinely don't think I would want to change
El Jaime, que ahorita está durmiendo.
I really considered getting it down to 40, but I had no clue what I wanted to cut. Because you could cut a Crown, you could cut a Fallen in the Virtues, you could cut something. I wanted to see all of the cards equally. So,
la corona de main es mediante un breaker, pero siento que brilla más para un push de la oponente, salvo que te pegue directo varias veces con solo. Depende también contra qué deck. Siento que no brilla contra todos los decks.
I have 2 targets for Fallen in the Virtuous, because these will just rotate, so I can at least always resolve all 3 of my copies. And I could even, with the, as you'll see later with the Onari, I can recycle one of the Fallen and Virtuous and get a 4th copy of this in the graveyard and then do another spin as well. So I could resolve this as graveyard effect twice as well.
That's nice.
Then you have the standard yummy names. So, yeah, I don't think this needs any explanation. You'll standard. Play one of each.
Yeah.
Then I played 4 linked ones. So Link Rebo is a non-negotiable, so snatchy, and then obviously I play Kagari for the Sky Striker package to just make that full combo on its own. And then even though I'm on a low amount of hand traps, you can also still, if you're out of snatchy, you can still normal summon a yummy monster, and then just make this like your secondary snatchy. Because it's just normal summon, all of them are 1000 or lower, and you can just link one.
Ah, eres de Toronto, Mash?
Special summon the yummies from hand.
Let's go.
Still just works.
Let's go.
Then for the rest of the links, it's...
De hecho, hemos hecho entrevista a Triff cuando fuimos al YCS de Lima. Onari. Ahora es que juega un chingo de quick plays.
And you can also, with surprise, use this as one of the bounce targets to just return it to the extra deck. You can just keep playing the game on. I've recycled Prophet, I've recycled Crown.
Aquí, de hecho, Triff estuvo aquí en el YCS de Guadalajara.
How often have you been into those grind games?
La semana pasada.
The moment I entered them, opponents usually scooped. Because we would become a slow game, but they would see how much...
La verdad que sí.
Just, yeah, what's the word?
Follow-up.
How much follow-up I'd have and how much I could recycle everything. So there was absolutely no reason for them to stay in it, because they would be on a top deck war essentially, and I would just actually recycle the same resources every time. And I could just pick out the specific counter or quick play spell that's in my graveyard that would just stop any top deck regardless. Then I respected Lunalight too much, because I didn't play a single one of them. But I don't regret playing them at all. I played Gorgon and Underworld Dollars, so I could outvote the Liker Dancers. Gorgon actually did come up once against Onomad Regio. It forced them to use Plasma Hole to perform an extra summon, so I couldn't beat over the dual drive.
See Triff last year at YCS Salvador when I was saying
lots better because I just had one body
see my family.
Was perfectly fine.
Ya, yo no fui a ese YCS,
came up a lot with,
pero ya he visto a Triff at los YCS.
And just get rid of one of their bodies, the negating on field came up, and also the summoning from graveyard versus Radiant Typhoon can come up. Came up.
¿Y qué deck estás jugando en este momento?
It's really nice. And then the last card was Lyrilusk and Zombie Bro.
Lyrilusk.
I think this card has been read the most throughout the weekend for my extra deck. You just make a level monsters, and whenever your opponent special summons a monster, you bounce it to hand. You can target it and you bounce it to hand. You might think that it doesn't come up that much, but obviously versus extra deck monsters, it's just return to the extra deck, which is just a free bounce then. And then even versus
no, pero Trampa Harpy está baneada,
like Radiant Typhoon, if they
special summon
Salvador
was small event.
Or whatever, and you
sí, unos amigos fueron y quedaron top watch
after, they will get the search, of
de aquí de México.
Or it's just going to be in their hand.
Creo que fue el único
equipo de México que quedó top. And they're going to have to commit way more resources into getting there, which plays into my strategy again of getting into a grind game and either OTKing them the following turn or just getting control over the game.
And I see you don't play a lot of other synchros. Any reason why you did that? Because other builds have been playing stuff like Zalen.
people play Zalen, they play Cupid Pitch and Zalen.
Cupid Pitch.
One of the reasons is space. I wanted to respect Luna Light, as I said, maybe too much. But I also felt like the synchros were something that you use in the hand trap variant of the deck, because you could normal summon an Ash Blossom or
People who can
and have a
afford
higher
to
level
use cards
on
in
the
El
field
Salvador.
and it's also something
Fíjate que me tocó jugar los playoffs la temporada pasada contra fue el campeón nacional de El Salvador, que es un chavo de 16 años más o menos. Me ganó. Ah, no los playoffs, más bien. Bueno, él jugó los playoffs, yo también, pero no jugamos el playoffs, jugamos en la última ronda del Continental en Costa Rica. Me ganó. Quedó top 64 de hecho.
Obviously the two draws for any Mitsurugi variant, but also for straight into Typhoon can just immediately end their turn and win you the game. Then I did choose to play 3 Perulia as an additional card to just side in going second, so I could find more breakers. I didn't actually see that many K9 variants, but it's also still a good card versus Radiant Typhoon. It's mediocre at best versus both Draco Tail and what's the other deck that I was thinking of just now, Mitsurugi. So I didn't use this a lot. It could be something else, but I do like actually having it there as an option. There was just specific matchups for me this time. Then as the Radiant or the Draco Tail counter, I chose to play Vitalia Yingxi, which just makes it again so that they have to invest resources to clear this. It's either going to immediately be one of their or their only Arthalion bounds to clear it again, and then obviously it's not once per turn.
What do you think will hit for the next ban list? Yo creo que ya sea Alur a 1, Reaper, K9 Reaper, la Malice Matcha y lo primero que se me ocurre. Ah, y el Artifact Durandal.
Also still Radiant Typhoon, if they overextend, you can actually nip the end.
Saludos, ¿dónde va a ser el Continental aquí en México? Forest, saludos, fuerte abrazo. ¿Qué onda, Fonchi? Saludos, gracias por pasarte. Lo más seguro es que sea en la Ciudad de México, muy seguramente. Porque si no, se va a quedar sin evento importante de la Ciudad de México, y no creo que eso pase.
The only deck that really has a game one, well, really has an answer to it is Radiant Typhoon. And Radiant Typhoon will have to use mana because of the amount of quick play spells I play.
Eso fue toda la fuga de mana, a mí me incomoda siempre. Yo creo que contra un excelente jugador la fuga puede ser un poco mediocre, pero yo creo que sí es necesaria contra decks como VANQUISH. Además que depende qué deck estás jugando, porque para lo de Yumi sí lo entiendo, los Yumi Fins lo entiendo.
Any final words, shoutouts you want to give or anything?
Bueno, y ya no, porque el Radiant Typhoon ya lo vimos. Quería ver el profile de Philip, nuestro amigo de Alemania. Pero ese ha sido todo el top 16. Simón. Alguien 32 que me interese. No, Tom ya lo vimos. No, de hecho, nadie. Yo creo que sería todo, chicos. Ya para que cerremos. El día de mañana probablemente regresemos, o si no es el martes, como siempre, martes. Si no es mañana, es martes. Yo creo que va a ser martes. Y ya seguiremos viendo las listas de Estados Unidos y algunas otras que entraron. Además que vamos a traer más gameplay para ustedes, como siempre. Y trataré de subir los deck profiles de Monterrey, del regional que se jugó. No fuimos al regional, pero nuestro gran amigo Eric nos ayudó a grabar los deck profiles, que no nos lo ha pasado y por eso no hemos subido ningún deck profile. Lo siento. Quería una foto contigo, te vi en la Tecno, te pusiste a hablar por Celi, ojalá que sea en julio, porque en junio es el mundial. Verga, ¿no fuiste el que me saludó luego que empecé a hablar con el celular? Cuando empecé a hablar en el cel. Está chido tu Excel. No es mío, es de Iván. No es mío, es de Iván Campos. Ahí lo dejé. Chris pregunta qué crees que sea mejor, Effect Veiler o la Mourner. Dependiendo del deck, David. Siempre depende. Recuerden que siempre depende el deck. Siempre. Siempre depende del deck. Simón está enfrente del Lamstrom en la tienda. Pero fuiste el que me saludó luego, ¿no? Sí, es que tenía... Bueno, no era urgente la llamada, sería mentirte, pero sí empezamos a hablar. Un amigo Bueno, Arce y yo para lo de la decklist que queríamos estar jugando para el YCS que era. ¿Sí? Perdón, sí, luego, pues me ocupé. Empezamos a hablar de la decklist, del VANQUISH. Pero bueno, gente, ya vamos a terminar el stream. Gente de Twitch, si todavía sigue aquí Belén Brawl, no sé si se pronuncia así, Belén Brawl. Gracias por el raid que nos llegó a Twitch. Muchísimas gracias. Un abrazo enorme. Y pues a los que llegaron a Twitch, pues pueden darle follow y seguiremos hasta aquí en los próximos días, haciendo stream rumbo al regional de Guadalajara, que va a ser próximamente 3 semanas, 15 de marzo. Esperemos que todo esté mejor y no pase nada. Y en el YCS no te querían estar por la atención del torneo. No, en el YCS siempre puedes hablarme, no pasa nada. Entre eventos, no pasa nada, siempre puedes. Entre rondas. Yo. O sea, si me ves tilteado, es muy difícil que esté tilteado. Solo estuve tilteado en una ronda, que fue una de las que perdí. Pero lo demás sí, no pasa nada. No, o sea, siempre va a haber presión, ¿sabes? Siempre. Muy bien. Bueno. Hasta aquí dejamos el stream, amigos de SharkTCG. No olviden suscribirse, denle like, compartan con sus amigos y nos vemos ya sea el día de mañana lunes o hasta el martes. Chaito.